going to turn it on. I'm just going to bring it a little bit closer to me.
Hello again, everybody. David Clary along with John Ulrich and Dylan Woody here at the ballpark in Farragut, getting set for Region 2 tournament baseball action. The Wildcats taking on the District 3 champions Central Bobcats. One of the better teams in Knoxville, obviously. A great tradition of high school ball, several state championships. If you go to their gym, you can see pictures of their great teams in the past. And Wildcats know if they win this game, they'll play for the championship tomorrow against
none other than the Farragut Admirals.
They won 5-1 today, knocking off the Halls Red Devils. And I was very impressed, actually, watching the Halls team. Why don't you explain how the region tournament works? It's kind of an odd format. People tell me, well, okay, is it single elimination? Is it double elimination? It is double, but go ahead and explain it.
The easiest way to explain the region tournament is you got to win 2 before you lose 2, David. So if you lose your first game, you could win the consolation bracket game and then go to the runners-up game. And if you win both of those, then you advance to sub-state, but you won't host. You're going to be the visiting team against one of the Region 1 sub-state teams.
Yeah, the teams up there, Kingsport, Dobbins-Bennett, and Jefferson County, William Blunt, Science Hill. I've forgotten somebody. I think those are the guys that were up there. And I was told a minute ago that Jefferson County was and Dobbins-Bennett were in a 0-0 game in the 5th inning. So a pitcher's duel, sounds like. But more importantly, we're about to have the starting lineups here. Why don't you run those down for us?
First, for the visiting Oak Ridge Wildcats, we are visiting today because we are the runners-up in the District 4 tournament. And Knox Central were the champions in the District 3 district championship. So Oak Ridge is visiting today, and leading off and playing center is number 4, Warren East. Batting second, doing the catching tonight, is number 2, Parker Free. Batting third, your pitcher tonight, number 3, Mikey Teasley. Batting cleanup, playing third base, is number 24, Joe Webb. Batting fifth, your left fielder tonight, number 5, Carson Fagan. Batting sixth, your second baseman, number 13, Jaden Cheverton. Batting seventh, your first baseman, number 23, Camden Welch. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 1, Noah Wood. And batting ninth is the right fielder, number 9, Brooks Poteet. The Wildcats are hitting a straight 9 today. There will be no DH. And now for the Knox Central Bobcats. So it's the Battle of the Cats tonight. Hitting leadoff is number 2, the pitcher, Nick Reardon. Batting second is the catcher, number 7, Austin Duncan. Batting third is the second baseman, number 8, Jack Good. Batting cleanup is the right fielder, number 16, Drew Shaver. Batting fifth is the center fielder, number 4, Kalen Chesney. Batting sixth is the third baseman, number 21, Alex Grossman. Batting seventh is the left fielder, number 14, Dominic Hinton. Batting eighth is the designated hitter, number 17, Jake Owen, and he will be hitting for the first baseman, number 13, Taylor Grabota. And batting ninth is the shortstop, number 12, Garrig Rivera.
I remember Nick Reardon. He's been a starter against us for the last 4 years. Obviously, we were in their district until this year. This will be the 3rd time we've played them this year. The Wildcats opened up the season with a victory. It's the very first game. We did not cover that ball game. We were still in basketball season. It was so long ago. Wildcats won that game 9-4. Mikey Teasley, who is the starting pitcher, as John said, he got the win. Then later on, Jackson Gary pitched, and he won his 4th game that night, knocking off the Bobcats 9-5. As I say in a lot of sports, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. This is not a bad Central team. Obviously, they have won the district, and actually, watching the Halls team, as I said a minute ago, I was very impressed actually with the way Halls played. So they obviously are a tough team. The Wildcats cannot afford to take them lightly, knowing that they get a chance to play Farragut again tomorrow at 10 o'clock if they win.
Yeah, David, cannot take these Bobcats lightly. There's a history of a lot of really, really good ball games, especially between Oak Ridge and Central, a handful of really good games between Oak Ridge and Halls. But Oak Ridge and Central, there's been battles year after year, year in, year out, season in, season out. I mean, it's ever since I even came to Oak Ridge back in 2022, there were some really good battles between us and Central. So looking to keep that trend going, keep that little piece of history going. Looking for another good battle tonight as the Wildcats take on the Bobcats.
I just saw Coach Free and their coach hug one another as Central takes the field. We're about to have baseball for you here with Warren East leading things off for the Wildcats. Sun beginning to set. It's going to be a little chilly by the end of the night. Dylan, I told him, but he says he never gets cold. So, because he says he's cool. So we'll go with that.
Yeah, I know you said that Coach Free and the Central coach had a nice moment before leaving the plate meeting, and that kind of sums up how these Wildcats and these Bobcats always play. There's a lot of good friends between the two teams. A lot of these kids have been around for 3-4 years in both of these programs. So I remember the 2024 district tournament. We had an hour-and-a-half rain delay that ended. The rain delay ended at just about midnight, and during that whole rain delay, we were having some fun with them, playing tic-tac-toe on a baseball, throwing it between dugouts. I will say that was James Bowles, Alex Franklin, and I beat them in tic-tac-toe, I believe, every single little game that we played. So
what I remember about that
good times between the two teams.
Bashawn Knowles and Caleb Riker were helping us out during the ball game, and we had to move our cameras down into our dugout as Warren East leads things off. Good times. Let's have some better times tonight here as the Wildcats in their pinstripe uniforms lead things off against Central, the winner, to play Farragut for the region championship tomorrow at 10. Warren leads things off, takes a pitch up high, and we are underway in second game here from the ballpark at Farragut. Dylan doing our switching today, and the scoreboard being operated by John and Dylan probably. Called strike, and the count is even at 1-1 strike. Warren was very quiet in the ball games on Monday against Farragut. Hope to have him bust out along with some other guys. Another called strike at the knees, and the count is 1-2 strikes. The Wildcats, especially in that second game, John, the Wildcats got shut out, just couldn't get their offense going.
Yeah, it was a rough game, David. They threw a solid lefty at us, had a pretty good game, but these Wildcats bats have got to wake up early if we want to come out on top today.
Just a bit high and inside on that one. The count is 2 strikes. Working our 3 cameras today. Dylan, like I said, he's our technician.
I think he tried the corner and missed.
Yeah, he almost hit our camera back behind the plate. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball coming back this way towards our camera, and just out of play over on the other side, and fielded over there by some Oak Ridge fans. Looks like maybe Mikey's grandfather was over there. And the count remains at 2 strikes. That's one thing that Warren did on Monday. He popped the ball up several times in foul territory. We're used to him hitting line drives.
Yeah, I think he's just maybe dropping that back shoulder a bit, taking uppercuts, swings at some.
Whoa. Inside, I guess.
Takes a really close pitch inside there. That was a good take by Warren East there.
These officials, we haven't seen them in this tournament. Parker Freeze on deck for the Wildcats. Mikey Teasley will follow. Here's the pitch to Warren. That's ball 4. Good start for the Wildcats. Excellent speed at first base. And here's Parker.
Yeah, Parker's been a driving force in this Wildcat offense so far this year. He's got 10 home runs to his name so far, so looking to do some damage here and get on the board early.
I would expect for Warren to go fairly early, get a run early, not go on that first pitch, and called strike, and the count is 0-1. Mikey Teasley is on deck. Looks like the James family has made it back to the ball game today. Ethan and Dallin and their mother. 1 strike pitch to Parker. Throw over to first, and Warren's back easily.
It's a good quick move there by the pitcher Nick Reardon. So Wildcats are going to have to be wary of that today.
Reardon's a good outfielder. He's a good all-around player, as I mentioned. I remember him as a freshman, and I was very impressed with him. Pitch to Parker, another quick throw, and back to the bag will go Warren. In fact, I was hoping, because I know he's friends with a lot of the guys on this team, I was hoping that maybe he just might decide Fountain City was not the place for him, and he'd come over to Oak Ridge. He would have been a great addition, but he's had a great career at Central, and I'm sure he's happy to be playing for the Bobcats. 1-1 pitch to Parker. Warren going. Here comes the throw, and that is a stolen base. Wildcats have a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah, Parker was able to hold back on the swing there too. So he's heading the count now 2-1 with a runner in scoring position. So let's see if he can hit something hard, find a gap, see if we can bring in Warren from second.
2 balls and 1 strike. Winner to play Farragut, 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow for the region championship here at Farragut. Parker back in. Right-handed hitting junior. He's committed to Kennesaw State. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a called strike. Right down Kingston Pike, and the count is 2-2.
Yeah, so far, David, it looks like he's really favoring that good breaking ball. It's got some tight spin. He's been able to locate it for the most part. He's missed here and there, but so far he's got a good one.
Timeout is asked for. Kevin McKeithen is the first base coach for the Wildcats. Down at third base is the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Travis Free. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Parker. Reardon comes to the nope. Steps off the rubber and looks back at Warren and kind of blocked by the bush there. You're going to have to help me a little bit.
Yeah, this is the same bush that we've had in our way since the beginning of the tournament. So
2 balls and 2 strikes. As I mentioned, Mikey Teasley is on deck. He'll be the pitcher in today's game. Pitch to Parker, hit well to center field, but going to be caught, I believe, by the center fielder, and it is for out number 1. The ball's hit right on the nose, but it hung up easily enough for the center fielder, and that is out number 1.
Yeah, kind of a soft liner there. I think he may have gotten that off the end of the bat, but now it's Mikey Teasley's up to the plate, looking to do some damage.
Mikey's hit the ball well in these tournaments. He's hit the ball hard. Let's see what he can do here. The Wildcats falling to Farragut on Monday in the district championship games, trying to make a splash in their 4th consecutive region tournament, which is probably, right now, thinking about it, that might be a record for Oak Ridge in the modern era. Before in the 50s and 60s, I'm not sure, but they didn't have really the same setup back then. But 4 consecutive, that's very impressive. Mikey stands in. First pitch to him is ripped. That's going to go to the gap, and that's going to score a run. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Coming around third and scoring is Warren East. It is a RBI double for Mikey Teasley, and the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, he got a fastball there and did not miss it, David. He ripped that one into the left center gap, and he's standing up at second with a double and an RBI.
And he gets greeted by his teammates in the Oak Ridge dugout, and the batter will be Joseph Webb. Kipton Fagan is going to run for Mikey. Did you change the score?
I got it.
1-0 Wildcats. Joseph stands in. He'll be followed by Carson Fagan. Pitch called strike at the belt. And the count is 0-1. Runner at second, Kipton Fagan. 1-0 Wildcats. Good start for Oak Ridge against Reardon here at the Region 2 baseball tournament. At Farragut. Timeout is asked for by Joe. Got tired of waiting. Steps out of the box. Good turnout of fans. Some of the Halls people still around. Some of the Farragut people have hung around as well. Farragut had a fairly easy time. Hall's not a bad team, as I was telling John. Cut on and missed. Count is 0-2. I watched most of the Halls game against Farragut, and Farragut won 5-1. Good job pitching. The Red Devil pitcher did a really good job kind of holding down the Farragut bats, and that's, as we found out Monday, very hard to do. Here comes an 0-2 pitch to Joe. Nope, it's going to be a Kipton stealing third. Kipton went on to third. No throw. And Joe takes the ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Great job there by Kipton, getting a huge jump off a second there. I couldn't quite tell if it was a vault steal or not, but he was at third base by the time the pitch was caught. So there's no chance to throw him out.
Joseph takes one up high, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out here. The Wildcats have plated a run. Leadoff walk to Warren East. He stole second, came in on the Mikey Teasley double. Joe back in. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. Hit on the ground. That's going to get the run in. That's a base hit. In to score, Kipton Fagan, and it's 2-0 Wildcats.
Good job there by Joe. Just taking the pitch where it was thrown and taking it back up the middle to drive in a run.
2-0 Oak Ridge. The winner to play Farragut at 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, Dylan, I said 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. That'll be the start time as Carson Fagan steps in. We do not have an official sponsor for this ball game today, with the exception of our other sponsors. So this is basically a prep radio game. As Carson steps in, runner at first, Joseph Webb. Carson squares to bunt, takes one down low, a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Wildcats have defeated Central twice this year. As I mentioned, I gave the scores earlier. Scored 9, I think, in both games. Mikey won the first game of the season against the Bobcats at Shumpert Park, and then at Bobby Hopkins about midseason. Wildcats won that game. Runner going. Here's the throw, and it's another stolen base. Wildcats with another man in scoring position. Already 2 in. Carson takes a strike, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Another good jump there from a Wildcat base runner as Joe steals second to get into scoring position. And now Carson maybe he's still looking to lay down a bunt, but either maybe move Joe over to third or score him here.
I've talked about this in all the Central games that I've done over the years. The greatest Central teams and until recently the greatest Oak Ridge teams that I saw were back in the Todd Helton days, the Hall of Famer from the Colorado Rockies in the early 90s. They won 1 year undefeated, Central did, and won a state championship with him, of course. Carson squares the bunt, takes another one down low.
Well, if you got a Hall of Famer on your team, David, then I think you'd probably have a good chance at winning the state tournament.
They had 3 major leaguers on that team. So even better chance, right?
Pretty good squad.
2 balls and 1 strike. Throw. Yeah, I'm sure Jeff Huckabee's watching down in Georgia right now if he's not at the Savannah Bananas game, but hit 2 foul balls off of Todd Helton, and that's impressive. Nobody else did. I mean, it was hard. Actually, we had some success against him as a pitcher. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Carson. I'll come back and talk more about Central. Squares to bunt. Bunts it up the third base line. Base hit. No way in the world. Eat that ball, third baseman. And the Wildcats have them at first and third with 1 out. And the batter now will be Jaden Cheverton.
Yeah, beautifully laid down bunt there by Carson. Third baseman's kind of holding back at that 45-degree angle. If it's a hard bunt, he comes and charges, tries to get the out at first. But that was a perfectly laid down bunt, just kind of in between, pulled the third baseman out of position. So Joe got there safely, but then also got it in enough on the infield where he could beat it out at first, David.
2-0 Wildcats, a conversation on the mound. Back to what I was talking about, those Central teams. Back in those early teams, probably until this particular group of Wildcats, that was the best Oak Ridge baseball team that I had ever seen. You got Sean Summers. He got drafted by the Marlins back then. They had Chip Hughley, Bobby Moe, the Schuster, Jimmy or John Schuster, just a whole bunch of great players. And if it was not, I'm serious, if it was not for Central, Oak Ridge would have won the state back then because they were. It was. I think we beat them like that one year. They won. I think the senior year. I think we beat them 3 times. They beat us 3 times. But unfortunately, they didn't have multiple games in the region tournament. Whoever won it, games won, and then the losers lost. I mean, there was no double elimination, so they beat us. He did. Todd Helton. Hardest hit balls I've ever seen by Todd Helton. Yeah. Anyway, back to the present day. Jaden Cheverton, the batter. 1 out, runner at 30, squares to bunt, takes another one, runner going to second, and that's another stolen base. The Wildcats have a couple guys in scoring position now. 1 out, 2-0. We're in the first inning. Mikey Teasley will be pitching for the Wildcats. The loser plays Halls tomorrow. The winner plays Farragut for the championship. Jaden takes a strike, squared to bunt. Jaden's a great bunter. I've seen him deaden it many times up the third base line. Also, I've seen him, and they've got their infield in, so they're expecting a pitcher's duel right now. This early to have the infield in is kind of unusual.
Speaking of bunting and then Todd Hilton smoking some baseballs, I know Central used to bunt a lot, at least when I was there. I wonder if they've started cutting their grass a little shorter at Tommy Shumpert.
I remember that too. It seemed like every batter would come up there and bunt, especially the center fielder. I don't remember his name.
Kalen Chesney.
Yeah, and very good.
I remember when he got substituted in the middle of an at-bat and then laid down a perfect bunt.
I do too. Cut on and missed. Tried to lay down a couple bunts. Strikes out swinging. The Wildcats have him at second and third. And the batter now will be Camden Welch.
Now batting the first baseman, number 23, Camden Welch.
Nick is a right-handed throwing pitcher for the Bobcats. He's finally a senior. He's going to be playing college ball. I've forgotten where he's going, but, a really good player. As Cam, base hit means a couple more runs for the Wildcats. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Reardon hitting the strike zone now as it's no balls and one strike. 2 outs, 2 in. We're in the top of the first inning, live from the ballpark at Farragut in the Region 2 tournament.
Yeah, getting towards the bottom of the lineup, maybe getting a little more confidence, pounding the strike zone.
Ball is ripped to the gap. That's going to score 2 more. That's going to be a double for Camden Welch. In the score is Joseph Webb. In the score is Carson Fagan. And it's 4-0 Wildcats.
Just as I was saying, maybe getting a little more confidence, pounding the strike zone, throws Cheeto a cookie, and he rips that one into the right center gap for a 2 RBI double.
As I mentioned, Joseph comes in to score. Carson Fagan comes in to score, and it's 4-0 Wildcats in the first inning. And the batter now will be Noah Wood. Noah, the shortstop today. Wildcats wearing their pinstripes. 4 hits, a walk in this inning, and 4 runs. Noah steps in. Pitch is up high. Cam Welsh is the base runner with average speed at second base. Noah hits one down the right field line. He could run all day. There's a lot of room between the right fielder, who's way over towards right center. Noah takes a strike. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dylan Woody hopefully changing our camera shots today. I was looking at some of the videos he was watching. Wow, couldn't believe it, John. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball hit foul. Back to the netting, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. John, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. And start with our tweets, and you might want to use some of their Twitter names here. We put 4 on the board, 2 RBIs. Cam doesn't have one.
I'm gonna get to that in between innings. I'm trying to keep my scorebook nice and neat this game.
Noah takes strike 3, and that is out number 3, but a very productive inning for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge plates 4 runs. They have 4 hits, a walk. They leave a runner. We go to the bottom of the first inning, live here at the ballpark at Farragut. Oak Ridge 4 and Central nothing. And we'll be back to Farragut in a moment. Welcome back once again to the ballpark at Farragut. A good start for the Wildcats. Mikey Teasley on the hill for the Wildcats. Mikey knocked in 2 of the 4 runs, and he takes them out looking for his 9th win of the year.
1 of 4, David.
Ball's hit on the ground. Noah Wood fields it, throws on the first in time for out number 1. Soft little ground ball. Noah up to the task, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Allen took a funny little hop out there on Noah Wood. He did a great job just getting his body behind it, funneling it up into his glove, getting his body in the way, and then made a good strong throw across the first to Cheeto. This is the catcher now, number 7, Austin Duncan.
1 out, nobody aboard, just underway here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitches down low a ball. Defensively for the Wildcats, Oak Ridge has Parker Free behind the plate. Joseph Webb is at third. The shortstop is Noah Wood, the second baseman for the Wildcats. Well, we'll get to that in a second as that pitch is a little inside. Second baseman for the Wildcats is Jaden Cheverton. And Noah Wood, as I mentioned, Cam Welch is the first baseman. Brooks Poteet in right. Warren East in center. Carson Fagan is in left. 2-1 pitch, hit foul off the screen. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bobcats wearing their traditional red and black with the white baseball pants with a red stripe down the pants. Wildcats wearing their pinstripes. First time we've seen them on this field wearing anything but the same uniform. As there's foul tip, and that's a strikeout. That is out number 2.
Yeah, good job there by Parker, just hanging on to the foul tip on the fastball for strike 3 and a much-needed out number 2, David. This is up to bat now is the second baseman, number 8, Jack Good.
First pitch to him is nothing but down the middle. I don't know if I phrased that the way I wanted to, but it is a strike. Down the middle, and the count is 0-1. 4-0 Wildcats as Bobcats bat in the first. Ball hit foul, over to the left side, and out of play. Yeah, you play with Mikey. What is his? Obviously, he throws in the 90s. What are his secondary and third pitches?
After the pitch.
Called strike 3. We'll come back and talk about that in a minute. That is 3 up and 3 down for the Wildcats here in the first. The Wildcats on top, 4-0 of the Central Bobcats. You're watching this game on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We appreciate our sponsors in the ball games, all the ball games most of the year. We don't have a sponsor for this ball game. We'll need one for tomorrow. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, the Oak Ridge class of 1989. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Todd Fox and the Fox Insurance Group. East Tennessee Spine and Sport, that's Donnie Sharp. Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. Obviously, the Fagan family, whether in Texas or in Oak Ridge, and the Haddocks as well, along with Ed Hudson. And we just had Teresa Led, and a whole bunch of people have helped us with our broadcast. 4-0 our score. I'm going to turn off our mic. We'll be back to Farragut for the top of the second. Welcome back once again to the ballpark at Farragut, the Region 2 tournament. The Wildcats on top 4-0 with an opportunity to play Farragut again for the Region Championship tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Central, the District 3 champions, as the Wildcats bat here in the second, leading things off, the number 9 hitter, that is Mr. Brooks Poteet. Brooks has had a really good postseason run. Nobody really hit the ball well on Monday against Farragut, but in the earlier game with Farragut and And the Bearden ball game, Brooks has had a good series. He takes ball 2 up high. I'll come back and talk to you about Mikey's secondary and third pitches when he's back out on the hill. Let's get about 5 more runs here, John, as Brooks stands in ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Ball 3, down low. I remember, I guess it was your junior year, your senior year? We had to go to Carson Newman because it rained at that Central game, and we had to play Hardin Valley. And what year was that? And Farragut. It was up at Carson Newman. I remember that.
I believe that was my junior year, yeah. And then as Brooks Poteet takes 4 straight out of the zone, works a walk with the top of the order coming back up, and number 4, the center fielder, Warren East.
Warren walked, stole a base, and scored a run in the first inning. 4-0 Wildcats. There's still Reardon out there. This bush is, yeah, thank you. Like I said, go ahead.
But, yeah, that was my junior year that we played at Carson Newman. And then my senior year, we came back and played 1 game of the district tournament at Carson Newman.
Remember that?
I have no idea why.
5 straight out of the strike zone. Warren, let's see what Brooks elects to do here, Coach. And you know the signals. Are the same signals on the armband that when you were playing?
I have no idea, David. I was a pitcher. I didn't hit or run the bases really.
1 ball, no strikes. Warren takes ball 2. Not even close. Count as 2 balls and no strikes. Warren will be followed by Parker Free. Parker lined out to center his first time. Got to talk to Uncle Andy earlier. He was going to pay more money or donate more money just to get his face off the screen. I thought that was funny. Of course, you see all of our sponsors from the season down at the bottom. Warren takes ball 3. That's 7 straight out of the strike zone for Nick Reardon.
Yeah, obviously not a great start to the inning for him, but he had a little bit of trouble getting in the zone early last inning too. So let's see if he can corral it back in here. Warren probably looking at the old automatic here.
That's ball 4, 8 straight, and there's somebody's just jumped out of the central dugout and heading down to their bullpen.
Yeah, not what you're looking to start off the inning with if you're the Central Bobcats. Is 2 straight walks on 8 pitches.
Typically, when you throw 8 straight out, what's the issue, especially with a great player like Nick Reardon?
Sometimes, there can be something small off mechanically, like your arms getting stuck behind you, or a lot of times it's mental. He started out rough last inning as Parker takes a big hack at that for strike 1. But there's a big mental side of the game if you're struggling out there on the bump. So I know I certainly had my fair share of free base trouble, but you can get in your own head sometimes. And the way I typically tried to combat that was, even if there weren't any runners on base, I'd go out of the slide step, just try to quicken up my arm path and my motion, try to be a little more athletic out there on the mound.
Parker back in, no balls and 1 strike. It's a low strike, but it is a strike, and Parker behind in the count 0-2. So after missing with 8 straight, got Parker to swing through 1, and that was a pretty pitch right at the knees, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Nobody out, 2 on. The Wildcats on top of Central 4-0. The Region 2 tournament, the winner plays Farragut for the championship tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Pitch to Parker. Hit on the ground, off the pitcher, and he falls down. He's going to throw, and he is off the bag, and everybody is safe. Everybody is safe. I felt bad. He fielded it, fell right on his butt, and just kind of lobbed it over to the first baseman, and they said he was wide of the bag, and the Central coach comes out to talk to the umpire. The Wildcats have the bases loaded, nobody out. Andy Hudson will run now for Parker, and the bases are loaded for Mikey.
Yeah, that one was a little bit of a weird play. It was a line drive right back at the pitcher, right like one that I took up in Kingsport my senior year. I think you remember that play.
I do.
But went in and out of his glove. Looked like it got him in the palm, same way it got me. Bounced out of the glove, and then he slipped and fell down. It was obviously a little worry. You don't want to twist an ankle, but made the throw from the seat of his pants, but it pulled the first baseman off the bag, and Parker Free was safe at first.
Bases loaded for Mikey. Mikey already has an RBI with a double earlier. And he takes ball one. Bases loaded. Brooks Poteach, your lead runner at third base. Down at second, Warren East. And at first is Andy Hudson. 1 ball, no strikes to Mikey. Hit the ball hard his first time, all the way to the wall for a double. Pitch to him. That's ball 2. No place to put Mikey. And if you're Nick Reardon, you know what Mikey can do. He's already signed to play at the University of Tennessee. Pitcher, hitter, great fielder. Great guy, really. I mean, I've always enjoyed talking to Mikey.
Yeah, he's a great kid, and I know he's got some MLB draft interest too. So
he does. I don't want to talk to him about that right now, but I do actually. Ball 3.
It's a good thing to mention here on the air, but not something you want to try to really get in his head, especially during or before a game. So.
Yeah, he pulled me aside before the ball game, and we were talking about Halls, and he said, he was talking about they are a good team. They'll play the loser of this game tomorrow. And I guess the losers, as Mikey takes the strike, and there's 3 balls and 1 strike. I don't know exactly what you would call it. Is it the losers bracket game? It's a strange. It is double elimination. All you have to do is win 2, and you're in the sectional.
Yeah, it's not like the district tournament where you have to at least get to the championship game, because you can get to the championship game as Mikey takes that one up high for ball 4, and that walks in Brooks Poteat from third. But it's not where you have to get to the district championship game to make it, or you have to get to the region championship game to make it, because you can make it to the region championship game and still not make the postseason. Is what happened to us, what happened to Oak Ridge in 2023. We beat Hardin Valley behind a great start from Tyler Pickens, game 1, and then had a rough run into it against Farragut in game 2 at Carson Newman, and then Hardin Valley came back out of the consolation game and beat us game 3. So,
bases loaded still for the Wildcats. Joseph Webb is the batter. Joseph, his first time, singled, stole a base and scored a run. 5-0 Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge has out-hit them 4-0. We're only in the second. Joe takes ball 1. Nick just having trouble finding the strike zone for the Bobcats. Wildcats have had, the offense. It's baseball's such a funny game. I mean, Monday we couldn't buy a hit or a run. Of course, we're facing Farragut. Joe takes ball. Oh, that's high. That was shoulder level. He called a strike on that one. It was shoulder level.
I know he's a tall dude, David. I didn't think he's that tall.
No, that definitely was shoulder level. 1 ball, 1 strike. Been pretty consistent until that pitch. I think he can hear me.
I don't know, David. Certainly if you talk louder, I know he can hear you, and I know you probably want him to hear you.
Of course. So. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Joe takes. That's definitely a ball. Up high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, that one we might have started to have a little bit of problems if that one got called a strike.
Bases full of Wildcats. Kipton Fagan's the runner now at first. Cut on a miss. Evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good pitch there by Reardon. Wildcats on top 5-0 over the Bobcats. We're in the second inning. Wildcats obviously 4 in the first. They've scored 1 so far in the second. Batting with the bases loaded. Joe swings at a pitch out of the strike zone, and that is a strikeout.
Yeah, not the prettiest swing from Joe. I think he was looking to hit a fastball, got a breaking ball 3-2, and just kind of took a funny cut at it and is sent packing back to the dugout.
Strikeout number 3 for Nick Reardon. Carson bats with the bases loaded. Lead runner at first is Warren East. Pitch to Carson. There's a called strike. Andy Hudson, I do believe, is the runner at second base. Kipton Fagan is the runner at first. Carson the batter, no balls and 1 strike. Pitch. That's up high. It's high again. Wow, that is definitely not a strike. No balls and 2 strikes.
I think since he is having a little bit of trouble finding the zone, umpires probably trying to help him out a little bit, keep this a competitive game.
Back up the cameras on the YouTube and you can watch the strike zone. No balls, 2 strikes, down low a ball. We've got a camera directly behind the plate, zeroing in on the pitches coming in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded, 5-0 Oak Ridge. Carson swings and he misses, and that is a strikeout. When you're not sure where the strike zone is, you have to swing at anything.
Yeah, it's a rough turn at bat there for Carson. Not getting the nicest of strike zones, but takes another funny cut at a really good breaking ball there by Reardon.
Jaden Cheverton takes the strike. That's a good pitch. 2 outs, bases loaded. The Wildcats have only been able to get 1 in. Nick Reardon has recovered with back-to-back strikeouts with a little assistance. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. Pitch. Jaden takes 1 up high. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Cam Welch is on deck. He had a 2 RBI double his first time. Jaden chokes up just a little bit on the bat. 1-1 pitch, hit foul. Back to the screen, and the count is 1-2. If he can get Jaden here, it's a victory for Nick Reardon for sure.
Oh, 100%. Cheeto had a really good swing at a fastball last turn up. But if Jaden can get on here, this is going to be huge for the Wildcats.
He hits the ball foul. Coming back into the stands and out of play. Just to the right of the stands as the sun begins to set here at the ballpark at Farragut.
I know I'm kind of parked right behind where we are, so I'm just hoping it doesn't go over us and in through my windshield.
I've heard some noises in previous games here. We usually try to park as far away as we possibly can, but your dad, you got insurance. That's what insurance is for.
Well, I was hoping to get a little further down, but there's an incident earlier, and my path back through to the back half towards the parking lot was blocked off, so I just took a spot that was available right there.
Yeah, there was an emergency in the stands. That's what he's talking about. Hopefully that lady is okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jaden. Pitch, that's up high. But you never know. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Appreciate Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. Wildcats on top 5-0 over the Bobcats here at the ballpark in Farragut. Sophomore Jaden Cheverton back in. He struck out his first time. Pitch. Called strike 3. And he strikes out the side. The Wildcats loaded the bases. Were able to pick up a run, but they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom half of the 2nd inning, live here at the ballpark at Farragut. Oak Ridge on top of Central, 5-0. And we'll be back to Farragut in a moment. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning here at the ballpark in Farragut. The winner to take on Farragut for the region championship. As leadoff man squares to bunt. After you do that, I'll come back and I want to talk to you about what we were talking about in the first inning with Mikey Teasley.
Yeah, everybody knows he's got that real big fastball. He's been up to 97, but he's got really good off-speed pitches to go with it. We just saw that really high RPM curveball right there. It's been registered at over 3,000 RPM. And
wow.
Just for some context, the major league average is 2,800 RPM for a curveball as Mikey gets the strikeout looking on the fastball right there.
And that's out number 1 and 4 up and 4 down. Is this the guy that was the bunting king when we've seen him in the past?
Yes, up to bat now is the center fielder number 4, Kalen Chesney.
If I were Joe, I would come in. I would come in because that guy, it was just perfect bunter. He's going to square the bunt, takes one low, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. He's taking a glare down at Joe. Joe's just with his toes on the grass. Squares the bunt and takes a ball. I think Mikey obviously very aware of that. Joe was charging in. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, to go along with that good fastball and really good curveball, he's got a good slider as well. A little bit sharper, a little bit less break than the curveball, but a little bit tighter spin, a little bit harder to pick up out of the hand. But then he's got a good changeup as well. That he throws to lefties, and will occasionally mix it into righties as well.
Ball 4 straight out of the strike zone. You can hear the Oak Ridge fans not really much caring for the strike zone of the home plate umpire. Pitches were low, I think. Honestly, I think really they were low, actually.
That last one was definitely a little close. I'm not quite sure where that one missed. May have been a little outside, maybe a little low. But Mikey certainly is not missing by much.
1 out here in the second, runner at first, and there's a called strike. Who's up?
This is the third baseman, number 21, Alex Grossman.
Thanks for watching our YouTube stream. Like I said, we do not have a sponsor for this game. We will need one for tomorrow's game, whenever that might be. 5-0 our score. Throw over to first and back to the bag. Cam Welch is playing first base for the Wildcats. When Mikey pitches, typically Joe moves from first base to third base. We've seen Max DeRiggi play some third this year as well. 1 strike pitch, called strike 2. They're very patient. I mean, they don't really take a lot of hacks here. They're looking for walks almost.
Yeah, they know Mikey can be a little bit wild at times, but so far looking like he's got his good stuff today. That was a good tight slider in there for strike 2.
1 out, runner at first, pitch. That's outside a ball. Good stop there by Parker Free behind the plate. Junior catcher. As I mentioned, he's headed to Kennesaw State. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's only a junior. Runner at first. They have yet to. Now they're going to throw over and back to the bag he goes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the second inning. Wildcats put 4 on the board in the first. A solo run here in the top of this inning. Central is the home team by virtue of their District 3 championship. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mikey to the plate, runner going. Here's the throw. He is out. Go sit down. Caught stealing. Take a seat in the dugout. And that is out number 2 here in the second inning. A laser throw that time by Parker Free.
Yeah, Mikey was really quick to the plate there. Gave Parker a really good shot at getting him out there. And a great throw down by Parker, obviously right on the money to get Kalen Chesney caught stealing for out number 2.
Ball hit foul back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the second inning. Sun setting. Dylan Morty's our technician today. We've got Dallin James doing camera work up top for us. That ball's outside and low. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. John Ulrich, former Wildcat, helping me out. My name is David Clary. Winner to play Farragut for the region championship. Go sit down. That's a swinging strikeout, and that is out number 3. So Mikey Teasley still facing the minimum here. We go to the top of the third inning here at the ballpark at Farragut. Oak Ridge on top 5-0. And we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Farragut. The Wildcats on top 5-0 over Central. Nick Reardon on the hill still for the Bobcats. His first pitch to Cam is up high. Cam had an RBI, 2 RBI double his first time. One of the 2 seniors, one of the 3 seniors starting in this game. The other being Mikey Teasley and Carson Fagan. Of course, Dylan Skeen and Tri Sharp, the other 2 seniors, 5 total on the team. Bodes well for the future, John. It really does. Oh, Cam almost took one in the body. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, this is a good young team, David. You know, they've got their senior leadership. These guys that have been around for a while: Mikey, Cheeto, Dylan, Trice, and Carson. These are guys that have been around the program for a while that day in, day out show the younger guys what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to go about their business.
There's a called strike. Cam wasn't gonna lift that bat off his shoulder.
If I think if Cheeto was playing a video game there, I think his controller disconnected. He didn't even flinch.
3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch to the big senior from Reardon. That's ball 4. So, after striking out 3 consecutive batters to close out the second, he gives up a leadoff walk here in the third.
Yeah, the exact same way the last inning started off. Started off with a walk to Brooks Poteet.
In fact, all 3 innings we've started with a walk. Warren started the game with a walk as well.
Yeah, struggling with control a little bit here early. He's got 5 walks so far in the first 3 innings, so not a good sign.
But base hit. Noah Wood puts it down. The third baseman can't come up with it. This is the best bunting team that I've seen in a long time. The Wildcats have now runners at first and second and nobody out. The Wildcats loaded the bases in the previous inning and weren't able to score. Now we're going to get activity again in the Central bullpen. Now they're going to give whoever that is a little bit more time to get warmed up here. The rest of the infield came in. It's a couple times we've seen a couple of the Bobcats slip when they've tried to field it. The third baseman did just now, and Reardon did trying to field one earlier. The batter now is Brooks Poteet. Brooks, as John mentioned, walked his first time. Came in and scored a run for the Wildcats. 5-0 Oak Ridge. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the third.
Yeah, the grass is a lot shorter here than at Tommy Shumpert Park, so maybe they're not getting as much traction as they're used to.
Could be, and they did water it beforehand, the dirt area, but they didn't water the grass. 1 ball, no strikes to Brooks, wearing a shin guard on his right foot. That's from the left side. He's a junior. Hit one off the wall here on Saturday. Squares to bunt, hits it foul. Back to the screen. Dylan was a little concerned on that one. Dylan has a tendency sometimes to kind of jump out of his seat sometimes when the ball's coming back towards him. When we were in Alabama.
It happened one time.
Yeah, I do kind of pick on him a little much. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's all in good fun, though, David.
Yeah. I've taken him to the beach at least twice, maybe once. Squares to bunt and steps off the rubber. How many times have we gone to the beach this year? Just once? Oh, yeah. It's Caleb who's been twice, right? Yeah. Yeah. Basketball's going again to Gulf Shores. They love it. Gulf Shores, Alabama. It's
a fun place. I know my senior year was the first year that the baseball team has gone down there. But it's a fun place to go. You know, it's a good way to start off the season. It's usually I believe the second or third week of the season that we head down there. But it's good fun. It's really good for team bonding, taking a long trip, hanging around in hotels, hanging out on the beach together, and then going out and play some ball down in the sun.
Brooks tried to bunt a couple of them foul, and he's behind in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Warren East is on deck for the Wildcats. Warren has walked a couple of times. Runners at first and second. The lead runner is Cam Welch. Wildcats also have Brooks Poteet batting. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air. Foul territory coming back our way. And off of John's car.
Oh, I sure hope not, David.
Brooks back in, 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Noah Woods, the runner at first base for the Wildcats.
Really hope that wasn't my car, David. That was not a nice sound.
Pitch to the plate. Hit into the outfield. That's a base hit. Coming around third is Cam Welch. He gets the green light. Here comes the throw. It's cut off, and he scores! And Oak Ridge leads it by a score of 6-0 on the RBI soft single to center field by Brooks Poteet.
Yeah, just kind of flared that one out there off the end of the bat, but got it over the second baseman's head. Picked himself up an RBI as the head coach for the Central Bobcats comes out to the hill to make a pitching change.
If you'll do me a favor and kind of run down the schedule of the upcoming region schedule here.
So the earlier this afternoon there was Halls at Farragut. Farragut came away with that victory 5-1. Right now is District 3's 1 seed Central, Knox Central versus District 4's 2 seed Oak Ridge. And the Wildcats currently lead this one 6-0. Game 3 will be the region championship game tomorrow at 10 a.m. and that will be the winner of Game 1, which is the Farragut Admirals, versus the winner of this game. And then Game 4 tomorrow as well is the losers bracket game, or the consolation game, and that will be the loser of Game 1, which was the Halls Red Devils, and the loser of this game. And the losers bracket finals, or the runner-up game, as I like to call it, will be the winner of the consolation game and the loser of the district, or the region championship game, excuse me. And the winner of that game will be the runner-up for the region and will advance to sub-state.
Got a new pitcher coming in. We're going to turn off the mic for a second. We'll be back to Farragut in a moment. Welcome back to Farragut. The Wildcats on top of the Bobcats 6-0 here in the Region 2 tournament at Farragut. Wildcats have runners. They throw the ball into center field. The Wildcats are going to have them at first and third. The throw goes in, but Noah Wood advances down to third. Tried to pick him off. Who's the new pitcher, John?
The new pitcher for the Bobcats is number 9, Braden Davis.
Warren East, the batter. He has walked a couple of times. He has stolen a base and scored a run. Wildcats have scored in every inning, 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 more here in the third. Wildcats have them on the corners for Warren East. Runner going. No throw. And Brooks has a stolen base, so a couple runners in scoring position now. Winner to play Farragut, 10 o'clock in the morning for the Region 2 Championship, and an opportunity to go to the sectional tournament. Pitch to Warren, bounced up there. Good stop by the catcher, keeping it from going behind the backstop, or to the backstop, to the back of the backstop, or that would be the front of the backstop. That would be the backstop.
I think we're just going to stick with the backstop,
yeah.
David.
2 balls and no strikes to Warren. Parker Free is on deck. Parker reached his last time on an error by the pitcher, on a throwing error. 2-0 pitch to Warren. That's a called strike. Outer half of the plate. Strike zone beginning to waver again. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out. Wildcats on top of the Bobcats, 6-0. The Central Bobcats, the District 3 champions. Warren steps in. 2-1 pitch. That's a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Parker Freeze on deck for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge hoping to get more. The Wildcats left the bases loaded in the previous inning. Only scored the 1 solo run. But the hit by Brooks Poteet has chased Nick Reardon. 3-1 pitch coming up. Hit foul. Off the netting once again. Good snag there by Parker to get it off the netting. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the third. It's been a slow-moving game because we've had so many guys on base.
Yes, it has, David. We are only in the 3rd inning here, and it's been almost an hour since the first pitch of the game.
Warren back in. The pitch to him. Ooh, pretty pitch, and he knew it. That is a strike. Good pitch there by the Bobcat. Right down the middle. My boy Kevin Steen in the house. Always good to see Kevin. Always good to see my guy. Former Wildcat. What's up, man? Kevin, how you doing?
Good. How y'all doing out there tonight?
That's Kevin Steen, obviously. Former Wildcat. Got drafted by the Boston Red Sox, back in the day. Always good to see him. I remember several trips up to Dobbins Bennett for that tournament up there when he was playing, and I hauled him around in my van a lot. Always good to see him. No balls and 1 strike.
Always good to have former Wildcats back in the building. I'm a former Wildcat myself, and as are you. And it's always good to see our alumni coming back to support the current day's athletes. So
Parker fouls one off to the right. There's still a lot of Farragut fans here that are kind of occupying the top area. Parker behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Parker, as I mentioned, reached on an error his first time, flew out to center. Wildcats have runners at second and third, 1 out now. Parker takes one just a little outside, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thought maybe Johnny was going to ring him up right there.
I was a little surprised not to see the old punch out there, but good take by Parker and trying to get back in the count here, 1 and 2.
Right-handed hitting junior, 1-2 pitch. Cut on and missed. And that is a strikeout, and that is back-to-back strikeouts. So this guy's come in and shut down. Let's see if they walk Mikey right here. They are. Well, nope, they're not. Surprise. Surprised they're not intentionally walking him. He is going to bat with runners at second and third. Mikey in this ball game has a double and an RBI. He walked with the bases loaded.
Would you want to walk Mikey to get to Joe though?
Well, I think that's the way Mikey's been swinging the bat. I
think at that point it's just picking your poison.
It is, for sure. That pitch is up in there for a called strike, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. The Wildcats, another golden opportunity. We've had a couple of those, and you hope that doesn't come back to bite you. Wildcats are up 6-0 in the third. Mikey has an opportunity. A couple runners in scoring position. 1 strike pitch. That's high in the ball. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Occasionally you can ask Dylan his opinion on this game. Dylan has learned through the season to love baseball. Dylan?
I think it's a great game so far. Excellent pitching by Mikey and some great hitting, too, by the Wildcats.
1-1 pitch. That's down low a ball. John, you might not know this, but Dylan comes to us by way of Hawaii, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
They're going to go ahead and walk him. Once he...
Why'd you leave, Dylan?
My dad got stationed, or he retired out in Tennessee.
Okay. Always respecting our service members.
2 outs. They do intentionally walk Mikey there. Once he hit 2 balls, they just said, "I'll just go ahead and put him on." Joe with the bases loaded. Joe's hit, I think, at least maybe 2 grand slams this year for the Wildcats. Bases are loaded. 6-0 Wildcats. We're in the third inning. Pitch. Joe takes the strike at the belt. And the count is 0-1. Joe had a single, stole a base, and scored a run. Struck out his last time. One strike pitch. Hit on the ground. Shortstop. Flips on to second. They get the force out. So the Wildcats once again, a lot of base runners, but the Wildcats couldn't pick up that big hit. But they do score one, and it's now 6-0. We are live here at Farragut. We appreciate Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, the Oak Ridge class of 1989. We encourage all other classes at Oak Ridge to get involved with athletics, academics, whatever. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, the Fox Insurance Group. That's Todd Fox. East Tennessee Spine and Sport, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. The Fagan family, the Haddock family, the Ledden family, the Hudson family, the Greenlee family, and the Bellinger family as well has helped us. Of course, Uncle Andy and many others. We appreciate all of you. 6-0 Wildcats. We'll be back to Farragut in a moment.
Welcome back to the ballpark at Farragut as number 14, Dom Hinton, steps in.
Had to talk to my boy Kevin Steen once again. Foul ball, left side. I guess out of play. It's out of our view. Yeah, tragic story. I don't know if you know Kevin's story. Got drafted by the Red Sox. Was moving up. Went to second spring training. Was up in Double-A. I'll come back and talk about it here. Pitch. Oh, look good once again. Strike zone seems to be a little bit different as Mikey comes in. He's coming home from a workout down in, as there's a called strike, and I guess Winter Haven, I think, is where I think the Red Sox train, but guy in the opposite lane, across the interstate, ball hit on the ground. Noah Woods, going to be a bang-bang play. He boots it, and they got a runner. Second runner of the game for the Bobcats. And with nobody out, they've got a runner. And the guy came across the center line. He was on some kind of drug, crashed in Kevin's car, was on life support for a long time, never was able to return back to the Red Sox. Tried a couple years later, but the injuries were just too great, and that was the end of his career. It was just one of the most tragic stories in Oak Ridge history, really.
Yeah, so, it's really unfortunate, but we are glad he's still here, still with us. I know a lot of those accidents can be fatal a lot of times.
He was in a really – the other guy died. The other guy in the other car, he died. Just a terrible story, but, he's here.
We're glad he's still with us, and we're glad he's here at out and supporting the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
Right. He and Mikey have been long time. I guess he's helped Mikey a great deal with his pitching over the years. He was a great athlete, football, basketball. Played in that state championship ball game. Mikey's got to find his control here. He's down 2 balls and 1 strike. Wildcats on top 6-0. I always hate it when you got a lot of runners and you don't get them in, and sometimes that comes back to haunt you later in the ball game. Luckily, Mikey's been on his game, but there's been a lot of time in between Mikey pitching, though. We've had so many people batting.
Yeah, a lot of times it's almost like a mini rain delay. You know how a lot of times when baseball teams get caught up in rain delays in the middle of games, starting pitchers get cold, and it's not necessarily the best thing for them to go back out. They run the risk of getting injured if they don't warm up again properly, and when you get, it's kind of like getting iced. I know that's a volleyball term. When you take a timeout to get the opposing server off his game, and taking a lot of time in between innings occasionally gets your pitcher off of his game.
You're a multi-talented sports reporter, talking about volleyball as well.
Well,
Cut on and miss. Will Presley's in the house. Dylan, did you talk to Will earlier? Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of fun, David. You know, it's a college game, big time.
3-2 pitch coming. Timeout is asked for. I can't believe he allowed that timeout. He hadn't even stood in there any time at all. Not a fan of this guy. It's better than Taylor, though.
I don't think the Oak Ridge fans are really either. And, so far I will say he has been better than Taylor as Mikey catches Jake Owen looking at a fastball for strike 3.
How many strikeouts is that?
That is Mikey's 5th strikeout of the evening.
The shortstop, number 12, Gary Rivera.
Rivera, the batter now. What did he do his first time? Or is he the 8th hitter?
This is the 9-hitter,
Okay.
Gary Rivera.
6-0 Wildcats as they bat in the third. Central does. Pitch on the inside corner. The Oak Ridge fans up in the stands have not agreed with anything this guy is called when Central is batting. Of course, everybody's biased, and we don't have the greatest view. We're pretty close. The ones that are high, we can tell we're high, though.
Yeah, we can kind of see up and down, but it is still hard to see in and out from where we're sitting as Mikey gets that one in at the knees for called strike 1.
1 out, 1 on. 6-0 Wildcats as the Bobcats bat in the third inning. This Friday night, starting to get a little cooler at the ballpark at Farragut. 1 ball, 1 strike. And pitches outside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Farragut beat Halls today 5-1 in the first ball game, so Farragut has assured themselves a spot in the championship ball game against the winner of this game. The losers will play tomorrow as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch way outside and low. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Mikey's starting to struggle with his command a little bit. Might be getting his arm stuck behind him a little bit, but we know Mikey, he's always a fierce competitor out there, and he'll make the adjustment.
3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch outside, ball 4. They've got him at first and second, and now to the top of the order we go. Third.
Like you said, David, this is back up to the top of the order, and it is now the second baseman, Nick Reardon.
Left-handed hitting Bobcat from Central High School in Fountain City. Good hitter. Takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Reardon started the ball game as the pitcher. He's counted for all 6, I believe. 1 strike, the count to him. The pitch coming up. Eventually. The timeout is asked for. I couldn't see Mikey. I've got this big green shrub in front of me. But I was watching Nick stand there, and I eventually did call timeout. 1 strike to him. Mikey checks the runner at second. The pitch hit off the netting, and the count is 0-2.
Dylan flinched.
Are you picking on him too? You just met him.
Well, if you pick on him for that, then I got to pick on him a little bit too, David.
No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on. 6-0 Wildcats. Reardon back in. Mikey Teasley has the sign from Parker Free. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That hit him. Now the bases are loaded. So, like I said, you're never safe. You're never safe when we've had so many opportunities to score in this ball game. 1 big fly right here, and it's a 2-run ball game, John Ulrich.
Yeah, it's not what we're hoping for here. Obviously, we're hoping Mikey can maybe get a ground ball right here, get a double play. We're really hoping we can get a quick out or a quick 2 outs and get back in the batter's box. This up to bat now is the catcher, Austin Duncan.
1 out, bases loaded, and there's a line drive to right. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes the throw in, and it's a good one. Comes back my way. They score a run, and it's 6-1. That ball was hit right on the button. Brooks tried to deke him a little bit as if he was going to make the catch. It was a one-pitch line drive, and it's 6-1.
Yeah, being aggressive there in the count. You know, Mikey's trying to get a quick strike, but Duncan being aggressive and getting a opposite field base hit.
And the bases remain loaded with only one out in a 6-1 ball game here at the Region 2 tournament at the ballpark in Farragut. Game you're watching on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Dylan Woody doing our technical work. First hit of the ball game for Central. Pitch, hit on the ground. Nice stop by Jaden Cheverton almost. They score a run, they score two. Here comes the throw at third, and he is out. They do score two more runs, and it's 6-3. Good stop. Jaden almost got to it to keep it in the infield, but the Wildcats come up throwing, and they retire the runner at third, and they've got a runner at first, but 3 runs in, and it's 6-3. They've cut the Wildcat lead in half.
Yeah, another aggressive hitter there from the Bobcats, and lining one up the middle. Nice piece of hitting. Just got past the glove of Jaden Cheverton, but the Wildcats do get the out at third on an outfield assist from Warren East.
2 outs. Guy squares to bunt, takes the strike. Who is this?
This is the right fielder, Drew Shaver.
What has he done today?
He has struck out looking on 3 pitches in his first at-bat in the second.
Couple of hard hit balls here in the third. Runner going, cut on a miss. Here's Parker's throw. He is out. Twice in this ball game, Parker Free has nailed a Bobcat trying to steal second. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Big inning for the Bobcats. A little momentum in the Wildcat offense coming to bat here in the 4th. 6-3 our score. Back to Farragut in a moment. Carson Fagan leads things off here in the 4th inning. The momentum, little shift towards the Bobcats as they score 3 runs off of Mikey to kind of get them back in the game. Carson hits the ball foul off the screen. The Wildcats have had a lot of base runners. They have stranded a ton. Why don't you figure that out for me, John?
Yeah, David, it's past couple times through the order, we've had the bases loaded, but the second inning, 3 straight strikeouts ended the rally, and then as Carson grounds that one back to the pitcher.
He drops the ball, and the Wildcats have a runner. The pitcher fielded it, had a nice throw across the diamond, but the first baseman couldn't hold on to it. And for the fourth consecutive inning, the Wildcats have had their leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, it's a good job by Carson, just running hard, and I think he beat the throw even if the first baseman did catch it, but pops out of the first baseman's glove, and Carson's safe at first.
Looks like they did give him a hit. So, well, I mean, I thought it was too, but here comes Jaden Cheverton. He bunts it foul. Jaden has tried to put a couple bunts down. Jaden's a good bunter. He's tried a couple times in this one, hasn't been able to get the ball down. Maybe sophomore nerves in the Region 2 tournament. Wildcats have Carson Fagan at first. Right-handed hitting sophomore, one strike to him, nobody out. See if Carson tries to steal. Jaden's going to bunt it. This time he does field it. Third baseman does, throws on to first, and good sacrifice there by Jaden Cheverton. Does get the ball down. They had come in at third, and he looked at second, but there was no way they were going to get Carson, and that is a sacrifice for Jaden Cheverton.
Yeah, good job right there by Jaden getting the bunt down, moving Carson into scoring position for Cheeto, who has an RBI, 2 RBI double in the first inning, and then he walked his last time up.
Wildcats on top, 6-3. They've out-hit the Bobcats 7-2. Central has committed 2 errors. The Wildcats have committed 1. 1 out. Carson Fagan, the base runner, at second. Pitch to Cam is a called strike. A little above the knees on the inner half of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Noah Woods on deck. He had an infield single his first time, actually his second time. Struck out looking his first time. 1 strike to Cam. Bounce to the plate. Not far enough for Carson to move. He thought about it. Ball kind of kicked a little bit by Cam. He tried to get out of the way, but the catcher was bounced right up. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, it looked like he just got too much on top of a fastball right there and spiked it in front of the plate. But a good block by the catcher, Austin Duncan. Keep that one close and keep Carson from advancing.
Is this a new pitcher?
Yes, this is, as Cheeto takes that for strike 2 looking. This is number 20, Robinson Book.
Cam behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Wildcats have suffered several strikeouts in this game, something they don't do much. 3 different pitchers. Base hit means a run for Cam. The pitch to him is hit off the end of the bat, kind of off his hands, actually, as he was kind of bailing out and took a kind of half swing at it and stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second, Carson Fagan. Noah Wood is on deck for the Wildcats. I mentioned he had a single his last time, an infield variety. Good crowd on hand here at Farragut. We've seen nothing but good crowds in the postseason for the Wildcats and whoever they've played. Ball hit on the ground to the shortstop. Carson, here's the throw, and he's off the bag. He was off the bag. He definitely was off the bag. The throw pulled him off. The throw was there easily, but he pulled him off. I mean, it's a good call by the umpire. I saw that.
It was a good throw from the shortstop too, but when the first baseman stretched, I don't know. I guess he just came off the bag. So that probably should have been out number 2 for the Bobcats, but his foot clearly coming off the bag, and that's another free base runner for the Wildcats.
Wildcats have got to take advantage of it, though. Who do we give the error to? I guess the
first baseman, I think. It was a good throw. He just came off the bag.
Noah Wood is the batter. As I mentioned, he had an infield single his last time. Noah's liable to bunt here. Let's see how deep the third baseman is playing back of the bag. Kind of average speed at first. We'll see what Noah does. I mean, he's back of the bag at third. Noah's a really good bunter. If he gets one down, that's Carson's going to come in and score.
Yeah, Noah reached on a bunt single his last time up as well.
Pitch to him. That's up high, a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and third. We have had a ton of base runners in this game. Wildcats do lead at 6-3 as they bat in the 4th inning.
Yeah, a lot of base runners, like you said. Wildcats threatening here again with 1 out.
Noah takes ball 2. Brooks Poteet is on deck. Brooks had an RBI single his last time. Noah ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch. Ball 3. Now we're even close. 3 balls and no strikes. Central and Oak Ridge, they've been playing one another in sports since 1943. No, I was not there. I was not there. 3 balls and no strikes.
Beat me to my question, David.
Noah back in. He's going to take ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. Wildcats have got to pick up a big hit. Let's see what Brooks can do. He had an RBI single his last time. It is going to be a late night, the way this one is rolling. As the top of the order and Warren East is on deck. There's 1 out, bases loaded. Brooks Poteet, the batter, as I mentioned, he had a soft single to center his last time. He's got good power. Left-handed hitting junior facing the left-handed throwing Bobcat. Bases full of Wildcats. He's been a little wild on the previous batter. There's another ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Got to take advantage of this situation. Central's too good of a team. They've won the district. They've won 26 ball games this year. Obviously, you don't win 26 ball games if you're not a good team. Wildcats are going for their 30th win today. Pitch to Brooks. Ball 2. Nowhere even close. Way up high. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, it looks like the Bobcat pitcher is getting a little jumpy down the mound. And he's kind of pointing that front side straight up to the sky, which is why I think he might be missing a little high.
Dylan Woody is our video technician today. That's John Ulrich. My name is David Clary. We're on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. 2-0 pitch to Brooks Poteet. That's ball 3. He's 1 pitch away from walking in a run. And now the Bobcat fans, they look pretty good pitch. They look on the inner half of the plate right at the belt.
Yeah, he was umpire was giving the all automatic a little earlier in the game on some pitches that may have been a little high. That one may have been a little inside to Brooks, though.
3 balls and no strikes to him. Timeout is asked for.
I think a ball from down in the Bobcat bullpen eluded its way onto the field.
He wanted to get involved. I don't blame him. Get in game somehow. 3 balls, no strikes. Brooks Poteet. Let's see if he moves the bat off his shoulder here. That's a called strike. It's a good pitch at the knees. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Top of the order, and Warren East on deck. Warren struck out looking his last time, has walked a couple times, stole a base, and scored a run.
Yeah, Brooks here ahead in the count, looking to do some damage with this pitch here.
Ball 4, there's a run. In to score comes Carson Fagan. That's an RBI. The Wildcats back on top by 4, 7-3. And the bases remain loaded. And Warren East will be the batter. Looks like we're going to have another pitching change perhaps. Yep, they're bringing somebody in from the bullpen. Why don't you run down the schedule for the next, for tomorrow, actually, if you would.
So for tomorrow's games, the first game is going to be the region championship game, and that game will be Farragut, who beat the Hall's Red Devils in the first game, against the winner of this game, which will hopefully be the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Game 4 will be the consolation game, which would be the Hall's Red Devils, who lost to the Farragut Admirals earlier today, versus the loser of this game. And Game 5 tomorrow will be the losers bracket finals, or the runner-up game, and that will be at 4 o'clock, and that will be the winner of the consolation game at 1 o'clock versus the loser of the championship game, which is at 10 a.m.
Appreciate Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, the class of 1989, Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Todd Fox with the Fox Insurance Group, East Tennessee Spine and Sport, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and the Fagan family and all the others who have sponsored ball games for us. I'm going to turn off my mic. We'll be back. Wildcats will have the bases loaded. Welcome back once again to the ballpark at Farragut, the Region 2 baseball tournament. 7-3, the Wildcats have the lead in the fourth. Wildcats have loaded the bases at least 4 times in this game as we're in the fourth inning. As Warren East trying to, as you said a moment ago, do some damage with the bases loaded. New pitcher in the ball game, and Warren takes a strike. Warren has been on base twice. He walked in the first, scored a run, walked in the second, and struck out in the third. He's batted in all 4 innings for the Wildcats. And he takes the ball up high. That's what tells you the Wildcats have had a ton of base runners. They have scored 7 runs. They've out-hit the Bobcats 7-2. But really, reasonably still a close game, 7-3.
Yeah, we've left 12 runners on base. We've had the bases loaded in every inning so far this game. But leaving a lot of runners on base. Not getting runs that we should have had. You usually hope to bring in a little bit more than leaving 12 guys on base. But Warren behind in the count 1-2 as he looks to drive a guy in or two.
Struck out looking his last time. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Pitch. That's a ball down low. Bases full of Wildcats. The lead runner, Cam Welch, at third. Wildcats have, I guess that is Noah Wood at second, and Brooks Poteet is at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Warren back in. Pitch to him. That's ball 3. Brooks just a moment ago got a bases-loaded walk, which drove in the Wildcats' 7th run. Another bad one here. And the Wildcats have another RBI on the bases-loaded walk. Warren's got to be close. He's been around the strike zone here. Warren's got to be watch the strike zone. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Called strike 3. That's a pretty pitch. And he takes it for the second consecutive at bat. And now it's going to be up to Parker if the Wildcats are going to get more. Wildcats have been in this scenario. And Parker needs to bust it out here. Parker is officially 0 for 3 in the ballgame. Leads the team in home runs with 10. We don't need a home run right here. We just need a base hit to kind of break through here.
Certainly don't want to leave the bases loaded again.
Called strike at the belt, and the count is 0-1. Parker probably has been the most consistent hitter for the Wildcats all season long. Had a lot of consistent hitters, but he's been beastly with his 10 home runs, locked in a lot of runs, and he takes another strike. Whatever he's throwing, the Wildcats are not as aggressive. And Parker behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Parker struck out his last time.
I think the lot of walks from the Bobcat pitching staff in total today is maybe lulling the Wildcats to sleep. You think, David? Because they're not looking. Don't look like they're going up there to hit right now. They look like they might be trying to draw walks.
Yeah, Warren striking out, looking twice is just unheard of for him. Parker behind, needs to be a 2-strike hitter here. Here's the pitch. Woo. A little outside, I guess. Parker thought about swinging at that one. It was a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, it looked like a good slider there from the new pitcher, Massengill. Parker able to lay off and keep fighting in this count.
Here's the pitch to him. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. They go the short route again. They get the force out. And once again, the Wildcats leave. The bases loaded. The Bobcats somehow staying around. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Oak Ridge on top, 7-3. We'll be back to Farragut in a moment. Welcome back once again to Farragut. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning in the region tournament ball game between the Wildcats of Oak Ridge and the Central Bobcats. Have a lot of history in all sports. Of course, for years and years we were in the same district with them, 40-plus years in District 3 with the Bobcats until this year. This is the third time Oak Ridge has played the Bobcats. There's another strike. The count is 0-2. The Wildcats have beaten the Bobcats twice, but the scores, I think 9-5, 9-4. So they've scored some runs on us. Mikey got the first win of the year against this team. Called strike 3, and he knew it. Good pitch there by Mikey Teasley, and a great start here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Caught looking with 3 straight pitches.
Yeah, good job of Mikey after a little bit of a rough inning, coming out and attacking, getting a quick first pitch out here on the strikeout looking. And with that strikeout looking, that'll bring up the center fielder, number 4, Kalen Chesney.
Another called strike. That's 4 straight. Mikey had a little control issue in the previous inning, but that's 4 straight strikes for the senior.
Yeah, these ones, his fastballs so far this inning looking like they're coming in a lot hotter than they were in previous innings, David.
Mikey's mad. 7-3 the score. Pitch hit foul off the screen. And the count is 1-2. Or I believe it is. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard. Your scoreboard has it.
I'm staying on top of it, David.
And you got Dylan over there. Dylan's done all of it before. He's on camera, switching, and scoreboard at the same time. Ball's hit foul.
It's a busy night.
Coming back to the left and out of play. Another card.
That one, I think that one may have been in the bed of a truck. I sure hope it was.
Yeah,
but,
the Knox County Sheriff came and got another car that had been hit a minute ago. They announced it. 1-2 pitch, swung and miss. That's a swinging strikeout, and that is out number 2 here in the fourth inning.
Yeah, just blew his doors off right there at the fastball, David. Really good fastball up in the zone, had some good ride. And with that strikeout swinging, it brings up the third baseman, number 21, Alex Grossman.
Wildcats have scored in every inning, 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. There's another strike. Mikey has found his rhythm in the fourth inning. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Bottom of the fourth inning, Central, the home team. They are the champions of District 3. Ball hit on the ground to the second baseman, Jaden Sheverton. He throws him out. Ball was hit hard. It kind of dropped at his feet, and Jaden was able to recover, and that is out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down for the Bobcats. We go to the top of the 5th. The winner to play Farragut in the Region 2 Championship tomorrow at 10 o'clock here at Farragut High School. We're on our YouTube channel. Let's hand the mic over to Dylan and let Dylan tell us what's going on the chat right now. We'd love to know how many people are watching and where you might be watching from. And there you go, Dylan.
We have 143 people watching right now. We have Mikey's aunt watching from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We have, what do we got? Can't seem to find any more right now. Scroll up. And we have Coach Ball's dad and mom. Oh, that's because it's, if we go here. There you go. Yeah. We have Coach Ball's mom and dad watching from Kingsport. And that's all we got so far, David. Yeah.
Kind of something interesting that Central does. Between innings, every other inning, the entire team comes out of the dugout and warms up. I mean, the entire team. I've never seen that.
I know in their history they tend to use a lot of guys off the bench, a lot of pitchers, so it might just be a way of keeping everybody warm, ready to go in and play, and really just engage with the game.
Mikey Teasley leads things off here in the 5th inning, 7-3. The Wildcats on top. Farragut beat Halls today 5-1 in a game right before our ball game. Dylan and I got a chance to watch that one. The losers will play tomorrow, and the winners will play at 10 o'clock, the first ball game. Mikey takes a high strike. Got to go both ways. 1 ball, 1 strike. Teasley and the Wildcats on top 7-3. A lot of base runners. That's definitely high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Umpire's tall, so maybe he sees the strike zone just a bit different. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Pitch to Mikey. That's outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Were we frozen a little bit?
Yeah, the score bug was being a little bit weird on us. But we got it fixed now.
3-1 pitch to Mikey, cut on a miss. Good pitch there. Low pitch out of the strike zone. He swung over the top of it. Full count.
Yeah, Mikey took a big swing there. Might be trying to hit one out on the Kingston Pike.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Joseph Webb on deck for the Wildcats. Mikey hits the ball high. Hits the ball deep, center fielder back, looks up, and makes the catch right in front of the wall. Hit the ball very high. I thought when he first hit it, it had a chance, but the ball was just too high in the air. Kind of died in the outfield, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, that one may have gotten that one off the ends of the bat a little bit. Put a great swing on it, though, as he drove it out to deep left center. But Chesney under it. I lost it in the light. Chesney didn't, and he made the play. That's why he's playing center field and I'm not.
Joseph batting now. Joseph Webb. He grounded out his last time, struck out, had a single. There's another one. First pitch, and he ropes it into left field, and a 1-out base hit for the Wildcats is Joseph Webb. Has his second hit of the ball game, and the batter now will be Carson Fagan.
Yeah, nice job right there by Joe being aggressive in the count, getting a fastball to hit, and ropes that one down the left field line for base hit, David.
So we continue. We didn't get the leadoff man for the 5th consecutive inning, but we do have had base runners in all 5 innings. Wildcats, Carson takes a ball outside, I do believe, and the count is 1-0. Carson Fagan back in. He's a senior. Junior Joseph Webb takes the lead. The pitch is way up high. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Appreciate Dylan Woody. Dylan's a member of the Oak Ridge football team. He's been in the middle of spring practice. We haven't seen him as much as we normally have, but getting ready for the 2026 season. 2 balls and no strikes. Carson back in. The pitch to him. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. He can't come up with it. That'll be an infield single for Carson Fagan. Ball was hit deep in the hole. If he comes up with it, I don't know if he throws Carson out anyway, and that is a base hit for Carson Fagan.
Yeah, tough play there. Ranging to his right for the shortstop, Rivera, but Carson running hard, Joe running hard. Doesn't give him an option to potentially throw a guy out. So 2 guys on here for the Wildcats with 1 out and Jaden Cheverton at the plate.
Jaden, a couple of strikeouts, but his last time had a really good sacrifice bunt. Wildcats, runners at first and second. The Wildcats, as I mentioned, this whole game have had base runners everywhere. As Jaden Cheverton takes the strike, 1 out here in the 5th inning, 7-3 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats could use some more insurance for sure. Mikey's pitching well. He's had that 1 inning. I think one of the runs was unearned. Jaden back in, behind in the count 0-1. Throw back to second, and Joseph back to the bag easily. A little bit. I got it. Cheverton back in. Where's the number 13? He's a sophomore. And the pitch to him. That's way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Cheverton back in. Wildcats wearing their pinstripes against the Bobcats here at Farragut. Jaden calls timeout. It's granted. He steps out of the box. Cam Welch is on deck for the Wildcats. Cam walked his last time, had a single, and also struck out. Well, let me see. He doubled his first time with 2 runs, walked, and then reached on an error. So he's actually been on base 3 times today. 1 out, 5th inning. Jaden takes one up high, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Central dugout chirping a little bit. He has been calling that a strike, but
It's been on and off, David, but so far, for the most part, besides a little bit earlier in the game, he's had a pretty consistent and pretty good zone, but maybe getting a little questionable here again.
2 balls, 1 strike. Jaden hits the ball in the infield. Wildcat base runners have to return. It's the second baseman who makes the catch for out number 2. Heard somebody call infield fly. Batters were.
Would be the correct call, but none of the umpires made that call. So
No, well, several years ago, the Braves were playing the Cardinals in the playoffs, and they had an outfield fly rule, which the Braves fans just toss stuff onto the field after that. As Cam Welch bats here, Wildcats have scored in every inning, haven't scored in this one. It's going to take a 2-out base knock by Cam. He takes one at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. 2 outs, 2 on. Figure out how many base runners we have left on base.
too many, David.
You don't want to figure it up?
Too many. Might take me too long. Inning might be over by then.
We're in the 5th inning.
That'll be 2 more.
And unless Cam puts one into the trees over there.
That would be nice.
Pitch. That's up high. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Noah Woods on deck for the Wildcats. Noah has a single and a walk to his credit today. Cam's knocked in 2 runs with a double. He's also walked, as I mentioned. 2 outs, 2 on. 7-3 Oak Ridge. Winner plays Farragut for the region championship. Cam fouls it at the plate. Got a little piece of the catcher, and he's going to have to walk it off just a bit. Did you ever play catcher?
Until I moved here, I played everywhere, David. But once I moved here, I started getting a little bit too tall, and it hurt my knees a little bit too much.
Where did you move here from?
I originally moved to Oak Ridge, Tennessee from upstate New York, the Hilton, Greece area. For those a little less familiar with New York, small towns. It wasn't too far outside of Rochester, New York. So
So you asked Dylan how he got from Hawaii to Oak Ridge. Why are you here?
my dad got a job at Oak Ridge National Lab, which brought us down here, and I've loved it ever since. You know, the South's a lot warmer. I don't have to deal with snow all the time in the winter. I get 60 degrees in the winter, which is nice.
1-2 pitch is low and inside. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, we get a little snow, maybe once or twice a year, not much more than that. Cam Welch, the batter. The Wildcats first and second, leading 7-3. We're in the 5th inning. Cheeto back in, 2-2 pitch to him. Cut on a miss, and that's the strikeout. And that is out number 3. So Wildcats continue to strand too many runners. Mikey Teasley will come back to the mound in the 5th inning. 7-3 Wildcats. We'll turn off the mic. We'll be back in a moment. David Clary back here along with John Ulrich, along with Dylan Woody here at Farragut. Go to the bottom half of the 5th inning in this Region 2 tournament ball game, 7-3. Wildcats have the lead. Wildcats, Mikey Teasley, his first pitch is a called strike. Who's batting?
This is the left fielder, number 14, Dom Hinton.
What has he done today?
He has reached on a shortstop reached on an error, by the shortstop Noah Wood.
Hits a foul ball off the concrete over there and hit the on deck guy. 0-2 pitch, another one. He's in the danger zone. That's twice. He was hit the first time. He had to duck under that one, and that's not even Dylan over there.
Yeah, that's not a great way to make friends on your team, David. Keep fouling off balls at the guy on deck.
No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the 5th. Pitch, hit foul, this time off the net. Just kind of put his bat out there and stayed alive.
He looks like he's doing all right. He's running over here in a hurry, getting that 3rd foul ball in a row.
Kind of stared me down as he came running right at us.
What'd you do to him, David?
Nothing. 0-2 pitch, cut on and missed. And that's a strikeout. Out number 1 here in the 5th inning.
Really good curveball there from Mikey. Started out looking like it was going to be a fastball in the middle part of the zone, but then it just snaps off and the bottom falls out of that and gets the strikeout swinging for out number 1.
And the batter?
The new batter is the designated hitter, number 17, Jake Owen.
What has he done today?
He has struck out looking in his first at-bat.
He takes, good looking pitch there. 2 balls and no strikes. Umpire's tall. Pitch. There's a called strike. A little inconsistent for sure. Dylan, we lose a battery? Okay. 2 balls, 1 strike. One out, nobody aboard as the Bobcats bat in the fifth. That's easily a ball, high and inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Let's see, Dylan's going upstairs and working on the Dallin James camera up in this upper area. 3-1 pitch, called strike at the knees, and the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the inning where they scored 3 runs, Mikey had some control issues. 3-2 pitch upcoming. Called strike 3. Go sit down, young man. And that is out number 2.
Yeah, ever since that third inning, though, he's maybe pitching a little angry, but he is all over the strike zone, David.
You know, the Wildcats, Mikey, when we were down in Alabama, he pitched a no-hitter against a very, very good team. And then Cheeto pitched a no-hitter against Gibbs. So 2 no-hitters in the same season for this pitching staff.
And that's not only is it a credit to those guys going out there doing their thing on the mound, but it's a credit to Coach Ball and Coach Free's game plan against these hitters. I know Coach Ball spends a lot of time studying the opposing team's hitters, as that one's in there for a called strike 2. But they put together great game plans for these pitchers, and these pitchers, the job that these pitchers go out every day with is execute that game plan. And when we do execute that game plan, it can result in those really good games like we saw from Mikey and Cheeto and no-hitters.
Coach Ball's parents watching up in Kingsport today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 up and 3 down. Go sit down, young man. That's another strikeout, and that is out number 3. How many strikeouts is that for Mikey Teasley?
You're going to have to give me a minute to count it up, David.
Okay, let's take a break here. We're live from the ballpark at Farragut.
There's certainly a handful of them.
Oak Ridge on top of the Bobcats 7-3. The winner to take on Farragut tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for the Region 2 Championship. We'll be back for the 6th inning in a moment. Are you keeping a pitch count too? How many pitches? Welcome back once again to the ballpark at Farragut. Earlier today, Farragut knocked off Halls 5-1. Last report up in the Region 1 tournament was a scoreless ball game between Jefferson County and Kingsport Dobbins-Bennett. You know, 2 really good teams. We played both of them this year. Split with Jefferson County and lost to Dobbins-Bennett. They're using a lot of pitchers, I would assume, up there. The winners of the regions play in the sectional at home. The losers travel. Noah Wood leads things off for the Wildcats here in the 6th. Noah has struck out, singled, and walked. And he takes a pitch. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. So Mikey's top speed today hit 95 in the first inning. Last 2 pitches of the 5th inning were at 93 miles per hour. Noah takes a ball. How many strikeouts, John, does Mikey have?
Mikey has 10 strikeouts so far in 5 innings pitched. So far he's really bringing his game tonight.
7-3 Wildcats. Noah ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. There's ball 3. Wildcats have had base runners in every inning. Here's somebody jogging out of the dugout once again. They've used at least maybe 4 pitchers. Am I correct there?
4 pitchers so far in this one, David.
3 balls and no strikes. Dylan Woody's with us, and he hopes to be up by the game tomorrow as that pitch is a belt-high fastball in for a strike, and the count is 3-1.
The Bobcat pitchers so far today started out with Nick Reardon, then went to Davis, Book, and now Massengill.
There's ball 4 and a good start. It is the fifth inning out of the 6 that the Wildcats have had their leadoff man aboard. And it's a good start for the Wildcats in the 6th. Second walk of the ball game for Noah, and here's Brooks Poteet. Brooks has had a really good game. He's been on base all 3 times. He walked and scored a run in the 2nd inning. He singled in a run in the 3rd, and he walked with the bases loaded to knock in a run or to score a run. 2 RBIs in the ball game for Junior. Squares the butt, takes the ball. Here's the throw down, and back to the back will go Noah Wood. Brooks squared the bunt. That pitch was so high. The third baseman still on the grass. We had to change a battery out. Wheelan is so quick doing that. He's a stud. You know that? You know, he just really is. Ball 2. Dylan will be a starting safety for the Wildcats, at least right now in spring practice. You know, Dylan, we're looking forward to that. I love picking on you. I can't wait to the Halls ball game. That's first game for the Wildcats. I believe the 21st of August. Brooks back in, squares to bunt again. Hits it foul. He's tried to bunt a couple times, and you can tell, you know, Brooks is part of the PAL program, and nothing against PAL. I don't want anybody to think I'm, but Oak Ridge seems, I don't know, do you guys work on bunting a lot? Yeah.
I'm going to say once again, David, I was
pitcher.
Not really a hitter. But, yeah, these guys in their rounds of BP, they usually start off their first round of the day by laying down a drag bunt, a sack bunt, and a push bunt. So they do get some good bunting work in, typically around the order of every other day or so.
Yeah. I was just going to say here, sorry, John, if Brooks can pull the ball, look at the gap between – they're covering, they're keeping the runner at first, and he is gonna take a ball, double clutch, and that's a stolen base. Stolen base for Noah Wood. He's in scoring position, and Brooks has a 3-ball, 1-strike count on him. Warren East is on deck. Warren's had a kind of an interesting day. He's walked twice and struck out twice, which is, means he's taking a lot of pitches, which, Warren is usually a very aggressive hitter. He's very aware of the strike zone, very good awareness of the strike zone. Brooks back in, 3 balls and 1 strike. Cut on and missed. 7-3 Wildcats. We're in the top of the 6th inning here at Farragut. The region tournament concludes tomorrow. I mean, it's all over in 2 days. It's not like the district where everybody's involved. It's over in 2 days. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Poteet back in. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4. And the Wildcats have something going yet again. In the 6th inning, there's 2 on now. And here's another conversation taking place out on the mound.
Yeah, Wildcats being really patient so far in this game. For the most part, not swinging at bad pitches. And they're sticking to their approach. It's just getting a little unlucky with guys on base. We've left the bases loaded, and I think just about every inning so far today. And we're gonna have to do a little bit better job driving guys in here.
Just heard that final score. In 13 innings, Dobbins-Bennett beats Jefferson County 1-0. We did 14 innings in Alabama. It was one of the longest days of my life, I can tell you.
That's a pitcher's duel if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, for sure. Here's Warren East with nobody out, 2 on. Wildcats need to have somebody step up and get a big hit. Great bunt. It's going to be fielded, and he's out. I think he was. Oak Ridge fans don't like it. Good play, and Noah is caught at third base. Not a bad bunt. The ball was bunted a little bit too hard, and very, very wise decision on the pitcher's part. He just turned and threw it, and they've got the force. Noah's not the fastest guy out there, but they've got him at third, and that's the first out.
Yeah, that was a good play by the pitcher, getting off the mound quick, getting that spin and throw off to nab the guy at third. It was certainly a very close play, but a good job by the pitcher to get the out there. Get the lead runner, too.
A new pitcher coming into the ball game for the Bobcats. Of course, they could be potentially playing 2 more ball games at this tournament. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We appreciate her. We appreciate the Oak Ridge class of 1989. Chris Corwin, you've ever seen that pavilion on the Kentucky Avenue side of Blankenship Field, the class of '89 paid for that. Nice round of applause by the Central pitcher as he comes out of the game. Chris and the class of '89 encourage other classes, and they have classes ever since 1944 at Oak Ridge High School, and we encourage them to get more involved. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Todd Fox and the Fox Insurance Group, East Tennessee Spine and Sport, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, the Fagan family at Hudson, the Ledden family, the Haddock family, the Ballinger family, and the East family in Virginia. We've had a lot of people contribute money to us, and we appreciate all of you all. We would not be on the air if we did not have your contributions. TSSAA Blood Money, $200 a game. It goes up to $300 if we make the sectional tournament. I saw Coach Gaddis. He's walking out. I know he was had to watch the district, I think it was the district championship game for the soccer team tonight. Dylan, was it the district championship game for the soccer team tonight? Who were they playing? Okay. We'll try to find out a score of that ball game. 7-3 our score, the Wildcats. Another pitcher, fifth one used by the Bobcats.
The new pitcher is going to be number 26, Ryan Merritt.
Batting for the Wildcats, the catcher, number 2, Parker Free.
Stephanie Thompson says the Halls was defeated tonight by Oak Ridge. They are the District 4 or District 3 soccer champs. As Parker steps in, Parker's had a very quiet game. He is 0 for 4 in the ball game. Anytime Parker goes 0 for 4, that pitch bounced to the dirt. Anytime Parker goes 4 for 4, I pity the fool that faces Parker Free the next day because he usually goes 5 for 5.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. Ever since I've played with him, he bounces back. He usually doesn't take offers. He's a great hitter as that ball's up, taken upstairs, and the bag is stolen safely. Brooks Poteet slides in close play at third, but he's slides under the tag, and Wildcats have runners at the corners now with one out and Parker Free at the plate.
Surprised Warren didn't go on that as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Parker. He's a junior, as we mentioned. He's gunned out 2 guys trying to steal on him tonight. Good throw there by the central catcher. And now Warren's going. He hits the ball in the air. It's shallow right field. It's a long run to come for the right fielder, and the Wildcats are going to score. Wildcats are continuing to run. He didn't make the play. They got him out at third, though. I didn't see a great signal. The Wildcats do score with Brooks Poteet. He didn't catch the ball, obviously, so it was off the – I don't know. I didn't see it. I guess it was off his glove or he dropped in. I guess we have to give him a single on that and an RBI.
I think he made his way to second, too, on the throw. So do we call it a single and advance on the throw, or do we call that a double?
Yeah, it's definitely a single. And the good news is the Wildcats do score as Brooks comes in to score the 8th run of the ball game. The Wildcats have a runner at second base, 2 outs now in the 6th. I don't know if did we get a good shot of that, Dylan? I couldn't see as Mikey steps in, and he didn't like that one. Neither did I. No balls.
You don't like
and 1
any
strike.
call, David.
Yeah, you're right. Stephanie Thompson, she gets on me all the time. Vice principal, she gets on me all the time. She thinks I should be nicer to these guys. There's another ball, and going to third will go the Wildcat runner. I can't see if that's Andy. Is that Andy running?
I believe that's Kip
or is
Fagan.
it Kip? Yeah, it's Kip, number 11. Mikey, he's got a 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 outs. Wildcat.
No, that is Andy. Excuse me. Kipton is the runner for Mikey.
Okay.
And Andy is the runner for Parker.
Use another run here. The Wildcats are up 5. Mikey hits the ball on the ground, third base side, takes a funny hop, crow stop, he throws, and he's out. But another run for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge does it on a little bloop by Parker Free. And Oak Ridge leads Central 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're live at Farragut. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock for the region championship game, hopefully between Oak Ridge and Farragut. The Wildcats still need to get 6 outs to get to that championship game. We're going to turn off the mic here. They're playing music. Oak Ridge on top, 8-3. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Farragut. Nick Reardon leads things off for the Bobcats. He hits the ball foul over towards John's car. Listening.
Yeah, that one made it back into the trees over on the other side of the road there, David.
Nick takes a strike, and the count is 0-2. What has Nick done today?
Nick has grounded out to Noah Wood at short, and he's been hit by a pitch.
Mikey Teasley has gone all the way for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge up by 5, 8-3. Reardon takes the ball down low. Wildcats continue to add on, but they've left a lot of base runners. That pitch just a little bit outside. And it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That'd be Dylan. Ball hit foul back to the screen.
How about let's ask the man, Dylan, you getting a little cold over there?
I'm never cold.
He's shivering, but he refuses to admit it.
High fly ball to right. Brooks Poteet calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. High fly ball, but an easy out, and that is out number 1 here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, good pitch there by Mikey. Got just above the barrel of Reardon, and he gets a nice, easy out number 1. And now hitting for the Bobcats is the catcher number 7, Austin Duncan. He has struck out, swinging, and singled so far tonight.
Takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Farragut beat Halls today, 5-1. Oak Ridge Soccer Cats beat Halls today. Not a good day for the Red Devils. As Mikey ahead now, no balls and 2 strikes.
As long as it's a good day for the Wildcats, David.
How many pitches now has Mikey thrown?
I've got him at 78 currently, but I think the Game Changer has him at 80. I'm not certain, though.
If he can get these next 2 guys with ease, I would expect Coach Free to let him go the rest of the way. I mean, it's his game. Oak Ridge on top, 8-3. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Right-handed hitter. Facing Mikey Teasley, senior. Mr. Baseball, he's once again, as the ball is hit foul, once again, he is a finalist for the Mr. Baseball Award. He won it last year. I noticed that Travis Brummett of Farragut is also involved in that threesome in the Mr. Baseball. It was fun going over there to watch him win that last year. It was a rainy day. I remember wherever it was at a church someplace. Back-to-back would be great. Our first ever Mr. Oh, whoa! Not sure where that one was. Neither is he. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that one was a little closer, David. I thought that one may have been strike 3.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch hit foul and out of play. Getting a little chilly. Dylan says he never gets cold. You'd think a Hawaii boy wouldn't be used to this cold temperatures. It's not cold, but it is cool. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody aboard. Oak Ridge on top, 8-3. We broadcast here from Farragut. Hopefully we'll be back here at 10. Ball is down low, and that's ball 4. Should have rung him up a couple pitches back, but they do have a base runner. Good at bat for the Bobcat. Who's up now?
Up next is the first baseman, number 8, Jack Good.
Dylan looks like he's trying to build a fire underneath the table to try to keep warm. He's got some marshmallows, too. Left-handed hitter. What did he do last time?
Last time up, he singled in a run, and his first time up, he struck out looking.
Yeah, I remember he hit the ball hard the last time. Left-handed hitter. 1 out, 8-3, big lead at first. Defensively, the Wild. Here's a throw over to first. Cheeto puts the tag on him, but late. Wildcats have Cam Welch at first base. Jaden Cheverton is at second. Noah Wood at short. Joseph Webb's at third. There's a strike. Tried to pull the trigger on it, couldn't do it, and the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Parker's behind the plate. Left fielder is Carson Fagan. Warren Easton center. Brooks Poteet in right. 1 out in the 6th inning in an 8-3 ball game. The Wildcats trying to get to that title ball game again. Parker sets up outside. There's a strike on the inner half of the plate. Parker is set up outside, but the pitch came inside, and the count is 1-2.
Yeah, may have gotten away with a location right there. Parker obviously set up outside as there's another pickoff move over there, but the runner gets back in safely. But he missed his spot, but still got the strike call in the inside corner. That one's fouled back.
I always check to see if Dylan's okay. He is. Dylan's a good-natured guy. I mean, I pick on him constantly, and he just smiles. I guess he feels sorry for an old man, I guess. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out the pitch. Oh, another good one there. He squeezed the strike zone this entire half inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Parker has gunned down a couple guys trying to steal today. Central staying close to the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big lead now. Going. Here's the throw by Parker, and he is out again. 3 for 3. Go sit down. Trying to steal on Parker free is like trying to steal against. Who's the greatest catcher? Yogi Berra. Why not?
Defensive catcher right now. You're not going to like me for this, but Luis Torrens.
Who in the world is that?
It's Mets backup catcher. He's thrown out almost 50% of the runners trying to steal on him.
Why is he a backup then?
Not the greatest hitter, but.
That ball's outside. Ball 4. Strike zone. I'm not sure where this umpire's from. He's been, consistent and then inconsistent. But, he's human. But the advantage of having a camera behind the plate for you guys. And if, on the chat, tell me if you think that we are just way off the base. And is he throwing strikes? Are these strikes or are these balls? We'll check the chat in the half inning. Runner first, 2 outs. Let's see if they try to steal on Parker again. He's 3 for 3 in this one. There's a called strike. He had to think about it, but the count is 0-1.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see these Bobcats running on Parker again. He's caught all 3 runners trying to steal on him, which as a pitcher out there, you love it. Catcher's helping you out, making some plays, and that's really where trusting your guys and trusting your defense can really help you out in some ball games.
Mike Sheehan watching our broadcast today. Hope his wife Ann's feeling better. 1-1 pitch, hit foul. Into that group of fans over there, and they're awake. And the count is 1-2. 10 o'clock is the championship game tomorrow. The Farragut's already there. They beat Halls 5-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the 6th inning in an 8-3 ball game with the Wildcats on top. Batter gets tired, and Mikey gets tired. Dylan is cold. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Where's that music coming from is what I want to know. 1 ball, 2 strikes, pitch. Hey, go sit down, sir. That is strike 3 swinging, and that is out number 3 here in the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th inning. The Wildcats on top of the Bobcats, 8-3. The District 3 champion Central Bobcats. The Wildcats trying to knock them off for the 3rd time this year in a very similar score to the other ball games. John, you have anything to say?
Smile and wave and go sit down.
Let's take a break here. We'll turn off the mic. Oak Ridge on top 8-3. We'll be back to Farragut in a moment. One of the kind of neat things about us doing these streams, I did radio for years and years, but one of the cool things about the streaming, obviously, we did put the radio broadcasts on prepradio.com for years, but the stream, we get people from all over. We've got our friends, Dylan Skeen's grandparents in Connecticut watching us all the time. We appreciate them. We got people in Montana, Idaho. We got Max's family down in Guam watching our broadcasts, and of course, all of our friends from Texas in the Fagan family, and one of those Fagans is going to bat this inning. That's Carson. He's on deck as Joseph Webb steps in. Joe, let's see, has 2 singles in the ball game, struck out, and also has ground out. He's 2 for 4. The Wildcats. Joe hits the ball deep. Ball is going. It is out of here. A long home run by Joseph Webb, and Oak Ridge leads it 9-3. Get him coming across the plate.
That ball is on Kingston Pike.
And the Wildcats celebrate. It was funny. I looked at the center fielder. He just turned around and admired it. 9-3 Oak Ridge. Joseph Webb, the Vanderbilt commit, gives Oak Ridge a 6-run lead.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that ball, David. That thing was absolutely crushed over the left center field wall. And let's hope it didn't hit a car driving on Kingston Pike, as several cars have already been hit in foul territory today.
Carson takes a strike, low and inside. 9-3 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats trying to hold on 3 more outs, and they'll take on Farragut for the region championship at 10 o'clock in the morning. That pitch is down low. New pitcher or the same guy?
I believe this is the same guy, still number 26, Merritt.
Would have been nice to have Joseph hit that ball with all those runners we've had on base, but Wildcats have still managed to score 9 runs. They have 11 hits. They've had base runners in every inning.
I think if he hit that home run with all the guys on base that we've left on base, that would have been a 12-run home run.
Right. Carson takes a ball up high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Farragut beat Halls 5-1 earlier. They are in the championship game. They've been there many times before. Oak Ridge has been there recently. Farragut perennial region championship game. Carson hits the ball high, not as deep. It's going to right center field. The center fielder makes the catch for out number 1. 9-3 Wildcats. I hope you got a chance to see that ball. It was tagged and gone Like I said, the funny part was watching the center fielder just turn around. Nope, I don't have this one.
Yeah, the center fielder Chesney didn't even really give it a courtesy look for the pitcher, or a little courtesy jog for the pitcher. He just watched that one come to him and sail over his head and over the wall.
And the good news is Joseph has 3 hits in the ballgame. Wildcats, here comes a new pitcher into the ballgame. Another pitcher coming into the game for the Bobcats. And I understand it. You know, right now they're down 9-3. Most likely they're not going to come back and win this ballgame. But they're going to have to play in an elimination ballgame tomorrow. And they're going to need their pitching. They're going to need their pitching. Hall's a good team. They've faced them all year. If it score holes like this, I understand using a lot of pitchers. And the Wildcats don't want to use any more pitchers. Obviously, you still have Joseph Webb and Cheeto that can start ball games. We'll have 2 games tomorrow as well if we hold on and win.
Well, hopefully we'll only have one game tomorrow.
You're exactly right. You're right.
Hopefully we can beat Farragut and even out that series, the season series against them to, I believe, 3-3 apiece.
Right.
And that would give us a sub-state series at Bobby Hopkins Park.
Most definitely.
We wouldn't be traveling on the road. But also for the Bobcats. According to TSSAA pitch count rules, only 2 of their guys that have thrown today cannot throw tomorrow. So a good job bullpen managing, keeping guys available tomorrow if needed. So far, only Nick Reardon and number 15 Massengill will not be able to pitch tomorrow.
You mentioned the sectional. Last year, the Wildcats hosted Science Hill in the sectional. The year before that, the Wildcats had to travel to Sevier County to take on the Smoky Bears, and they won both of those and went to the state tournament 2 years in a row. Wildcats trying to, for the first time in school history, go 3 years in a row to the state tournament, but got a lot of ball to be played. You got to take them one at a time. Joseph Webb told me the other day after the Farragut win, up on the board, Coach Free had 11 wins, 11 games to go, 11 wins to go. And you got to take them one at a time. As Jaden Cheverton steps in, new pitcher for the Bobcats. Jaden has a sacrifice to his credit, and other than that, he is 0 for 3 in the ballgame.
The new pitcher for the Bobcats is number 24, Bryson Klemmer.
I recognize a lot of these names from previous years, covering them in baseball and in basketball and football as well. As Jaden takes the strike at the belt, and the count is 0-1. We do not have a sponsor for this ball game. Prep Radio sponsoring this one. I'm going to make John write me a check later. Jaden takes one inside.
Write you a check. I'm working for you.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Well, you volunteered, though. You actually called me up.
I volunteered. I do enjoy. Contrary to popular belief, I do enjoy rambling on the air with you.
I think they've picked up on that, and I know Mike Sheehan does a good job when he's with Alex. Appreciate Ben George. We appreciate Mike Kelly, Alex Myers for being on the air with us, and of course all of our technical people this year. This is game number 41 for the Wildcats. That pitch is down low. Wildcats going for their 30th win tonight. The Wildcats 29-9-1 on the year. Down the stretch, we've kind of suffered most of those losses, but it's been a great year, regardless where it ends up. There's called strike 3. That's out number 2. Is there some entertainment on the chat? Are we able to? No. I'm seeing shaking of the heads by Dylan and John both. Kim Welch, the batter. He takes a strike. The Wildcats 3 outs away from the championship game. I'm running out of voice, John. You're going to have to help me. But when I yelled that home run, I think I lost it. As
It was on the home run, not yelling at the umpires.
Oh, no, I haven't yelled at the umpire. I've just subtly made suggestions to him. Subtly. Loudly enough for him to hear it, though. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cam. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Pitch. Down low a ball. Wildcats have had base runners in every inning. They've scored in all but 1 inning in this one, including the home run this inning by Joseph Webb. Cam back in, 2 balls and 1 strike to him. Hit foul over to Coach Kevin McKeithen, the former Wildcat baseball and football guy. Wow, the Soccer Cats won in OT on penalty kicks, or whatever they called. Not a soccer guy. That's always exciting. That's the best. I'm not a soccer guy, but the best part about it is those kicks when it's a tie ball game. Cam hits the ball hard, base hit in the right field. Second baseman made a stab at it, couldn't quite get to it. And Cam has his second hit of the ball game. He has a double, a single, reached on an error, walked, and he also struck out. And the batter now will be Noah Wood, who's been on base 3 times today.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting there by Cheeto. Found himself in a 2-2 count, but then got a pitch to hit, did not miss it, and squared that ball up through the 3-4 hole and into right field.
Josiah McClure is the pinch runner for the Wildcats. There's 2 outs. It's going to be up to Noah. Let's see what Noah elects to do. Third baseman playing back of the bag. Yes, it's not unlike Coach Free to lay down a bunt in this situation. Noah the batter. Good lead by McClure. He's going. Ball bounces away, and Josiah stopped about halfway, and the ball was bouncing against the padding behind us. And Joseph, he was, I don't know if you call that a stolen base or not, because he stopped about halfway down the line. We'll give it to him. Why not? Always good to have a freshman in the ball game.
I was going to score it as a wild pitch because it looked like it may have been a fake steal at first. But then it turned into a wild pitch. But I'll turn around and give it to him, David.
Yeah, why not? He's a freshman. Noah takes the ball down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hopefully we'll be back here at 10 o'clock tomorrow. As I said, we do not have a sponsor for the broadcast, and we think we have kind of secured one. We'll talk about that after the ball game. Noah takes ball 3. Josiah staying put at second base. 3 balls and no strikes to Noah Wood. Brooks Poteet is on deck. Brooks has been on base all 4 times tonight. Walked, singled, walked twice, knocked in 2, stole 2 bases, and scored 2 runs. Good job by Brooks. 3-0 pitch to Noah Wood. Runner McClure going to third, and he is going to be safe. Ball bounced away. Throw is there. Catcher's got a good arm. He put it right on the bag, but I don't know if Josiah knocked the ball loose. Pitch was a strike, 3 balls and 1 strike. That's definitely a stolen base. We'll give him it for sure.
Yes, David, I gave him that one.
Okay. 3 balls and 1 strike to Noah Wood. 2 outs. Pitch. Ball 4. So Noah walks for the 3rd time in the ball game. And here comes Brooks. As I mentioned, a perfect night for Brooks Poteet. He's been on base 4 times. Walked and scored a run the first time. Singled in a run in the 3rd inning. Stole a base. Walked with the bases loaded. Picked up an RBI. Walked, stole a base, and scored another run. 9-3 Wildcats. Oak Ridge trying to beat Central for the 3rd time this year. They've all been similar scores. Pitches outside. The Wildcats opened up the season with the Bobcats, winning 9-4. Mikey Teasley got the win in that one. Oak Ridge then beat them 9-5. Jackson Gary getting the win. Very similar scores. 1 ball, no strikes. Warren East on deck.
And that was Noah's 3rd walk of the night.
Right. He's been good. Sometimes he bats, sometimes he doesn't. Brooks takes one low and outside. Warren East is on deck. Warren, let's see, is let's see, walked twice. It's got a weird day for him. Walked twice, couple strikeouts, and reached on a fielder's choice.
It's definitely an interesting night for him. I know the fielder's choice was on a bunt that the pitcher made a great play, throwing over to third to get the lead runner. But a night that's maybe not very typical for him. You know, last year he set the school record for hits in a season.
He's got a lot this year too, but I mean tonight's just different. As Brooks takes a strike, it's 2-1.
Just a weird night maybe, and you know Parker's having a little bit of a weird night as well. He's 1 for 5. So.
And that was kind of a bloop down the right field line, which resulted in a run for the Wildcats. Poteet back in, 2 balls and 1 strike. That's down low a ball. We're 1 pitch away from, once again, having the bases loaded, which has been something that the Wildcats have done in almost, 3/4 of the innings that we have played tonight. 2 outs, though. Brooks takes a strike at the knees, and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. The winner to play Farragut tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll have the broadcast for you if the Wildcats are in that game. And now we're up by 6 on the home run by Joseph Webb earlier in this inning. Runners going. There's ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. So Brooks has been on base 5 times tonight. Good game for Brooks Poteet. And here's Warren with the bases loaded, and here's another conversation on the mound.
That was also Brooks Poteet's 3rd walk of the night. So a lot of free bases given to the Wildcats from the Bobcat pitching staff, and those guys aren't even the only ones that walked. You know, there's a handful of other guys that have gotten free bases, and that's probably been to the Bobcat demise tonight.
Well, guess what? We've got another Central pitcher coming in. A nice round of applause from the Bobcat fans up in the stands to our right. So we'll turn off the mic. The Wildcats are on top 9-3. We'll be back. We are in the top of the 7th inning. 9-3 Wildcats. We'll be back to Farragut in a moment. Welcome back once again to Farragut High School, the district championship ball game. Appreciate all of you watching it, whether you be Central fans, Oak Ridge fans. We are Oak Ridge fans. We are part of the broadcast. John and I both played baseball. I played baseball back in the 1800s. John played a couple years ago. Our technician is a member of the Oak Ridge football team, Dylan Woody. We appreciate Dylan, Preston Fetters, Caleb Riker, along with, Caleb Jackson, who's helped us this year. Help me, Dylan. Am I forgetting somebody? Our technical staff, both Caleb's, Preston, Grayson. I don't remember him in baseball.
Yeah, well, we're all former Oak Ridge or current Oak Ridge people in some way, Oak Ridge fans. So we do our best to give you props, or we give the other teams props where it's due. But right now, all the props tonight have been due to Mikey Teasley on the mound and this Wildcat offense.
9-3 is the score. Wildcats trying to play Farragut once again. Appreciate all of our haters on the chat. We don't do the ball games for them. As that pitch is hit foul. No balls and 1 strike. Yadier Molina is a good catcher, though. Was a good catcher. He's retired.
I'll agree with that.
No balls and 1 strike. Pitch. Warren, good stop by the catcher. Keeps it out in front. Wildcats have Josiah McClure at third. Wildcats have Noah Wood at second. And the Wildcats have Brooks Poteet down at first.
And I can't quite see the pitcher's number, but I believe it is number 19, Lincoln Elmore.
1 ball, 1 strike. 6 pitchers used by the Bobcats. Parker tries to field a foul ball in the on-deck circle. He can't jump high enough to get to it. It goes bouncing over his head. And Warren behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Warren struck out a couple times and walked a couple times. Reached on a fielder's choice. And another good stop by the catcher, keeping it in front of him. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was definitely, I agree with you, David. That was another really good good block by the Bobcat catcher.
I've actually been very impressed with him, and he's made some really good throws. He got Noah a couple times. He's done a good job keeping the ball in front of him.
Yeah, it's although the Wildcats have had some stolen bases here and there, he's doing the best he can and doing a pretty good job of it, controlling the running game.
2-2 pitch to Warren on inside corner, and that's another strikeout. Bobcat fans like it, and well, they should, as that is out number 3. But the Wildcats do tack on another run. They lead the Bobcats 9-3. Wildcats 3 outs away from playing in the region championship ball game tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock against the Central Bobcats. You're listening or watching this game on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, live from Farragut on a kind of a cool night. Not too cold. It's about 9:30. It's not as late as I thought it might be. But the Wildcats need 3 outs, and let's see if Mikey goes back out on the hill. I would assume so, and he is. Nope, it's going to be, yep. Well, Carson Fagan. So I guess the pitch count got to Mikey there at the end. How many do you have him with?
I've got Mikey at 94. The game changer has Mikey at 96. So he's in the mid-90s, and he'll looks like he's going to get the rest of the game off as Andy Hudson enters in left field and Carson Fagan comes to the mound.
Appreciate all of our sponsors. This is about our 40th game that we have streamed this year, all the way from Kingsport to Gulf Shores, Alabama, to all those different little cities we went to in Alabama. We've been down to Athens and McMinn County. We've been all over, and we appreciate Laurel and Green with State Farm Insurance, the Oak Ridge class of 1989 for sponsoring our broadcast, Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Todd Fox and the Fox Insurance Group, East Tennessee Spine and Sport, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and all of our different family members who have sponsored it. Those are sponsoring the broadcast, the equipment and the people, technical people. But TSSAA does charge $200 per ball game and for postseason games, and we played 4 games in the district tournament, 1 against Bearden, 1 against Farragut, and then 2 more against Farragut. So 4 games, and this is our first in the region. So this is the 5th time so that the TSSAA has taken money for, they think people aren't going to come to the games. But the people who are watching right now typically are out of state, grandparents, aunts, uncles, people with family members on the teams. And, most people who are going to go to a high school baseball game are going to go to a high school baseball game. I know we have some elderly people in Oak Ridge and, of course, probably in Fountain City as well that can't make the ball games. But for the most part, it's people from out of state or out of the area for sure. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and indeed Carson Fagan is the pitcher, and his first pitch is a called strike. Who's batting? Well, I see who's batting, but I'll let you tell me what he's done today.
This is, once again, the center fielder, number 4, Kalen Chesney, and he has walked and struck out so far tonight.
Maybe they should ask for help there. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike, and he does finally ask for help, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. He did not swing. 1 ball, 1 strike, a little bit low, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Carson pitched in the first ball game against Farragut on Monday. Cut on a miss. Good pitch there. The count is 1-2.
Carson looks like he's got a good fastball so far tonight. It looks like it's running a little bit too, David.
Carson is 1-1 on the year. Mainly the closer for the Wildcats. That one's outside. Wildcats by 6 runs, 9-3. Central wants to make a finish here in the 7th inning. Carson wants to shut him down right here. Cut on a miss. There's the first one. He'll go take a seat in the central dugout, which is actually the Farragut dugout to our right. They are the home team. They are the District 3 champions. Wildcats and Central have played one another many times in the championship ball game over the last several years. So talked about this. It's been a great rivalry dating back to 1943 in all sports. There, fastball there and cut right through it.
Yeah, that's the third baseman, Alex Grossman, taking a really big hack at the first pitch there from Carson.
1 strike the count, the pitch. Maybe a little low, but he called it a strike. It's in our favor here this time. No balls and 2 strikes. Around the knees. It was over the plate, but it might have been a little low. No balls, 2 strikes. That one's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll have a post-game show. I'll speak to Coach Free, or maybe you, John, you've done interviews before if you want to do that. It's up to you.
We'll see, David.
Well, ball ripped to left. That might be out of here. He looks up. It is out of here. Over the left field fence. Barely got over the top of the left field fence, but he tagged that bad one. And it is a run for the Bobcats, and it's 9-4. Nice hit there and a long home run. And it's 9-4.
Yeah, Carson looks like he left a breaking ball out over the plate, and Grossman did not miss that one.
9-4 the score. Wildcats have 1 out, need to get 2 more. And head to the championship ball game against Farragut tomorrow at 10 o'clock. What's our viewership right now, Mr. Woody?
160 people.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. Including that hater on the chat? Multiple haters on the chat. That's fine. They can hate us, but they got to respect us. Right, John? We don't do – well, I'll just continue to call. That pitch a little outside. I think the count is 2-0. It is. 2 balls, no strikes. Carson Fagan trying to close it out for Mikey Teasley. There's a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mikey is 8-0 on the year. As I mentioned earlier, they announced today or yesterday the finalists for Mr. Baseball. And once again, Mikey, the reigning Mr. Baseball, is a finalist, one of 3. And I think there's Travis Brumman, I know from Farragut, is involved. And I wish I remember the third one. But I know Mikey's one. I just scanned the list and saw Mikey. That's all I really cared about.
I saw the list earlier, and I remember Mikey and Brummett Jr., but I can't remember who else was on there.
There's out number 2, a called strike on the inner half of the plate at the knees, and Carson 1 out away from sending the Wildcats to the region championship ball game tomorrow at 10 o'clock against the Farragut Admirals. It'll be the 6th time Oak Ridge and Farragut have played this year. We got a pinch hitter.
The pinch hitter is number 25, Seth Laws, and he will be hitting for the left fielder, Dom Hinton.
Bobcats.
The DH, number 17, Jake Owen.
Bobcats will be playing the Halls Red Devils tomorrow. Of course, the 1 and 2 teams out of District 3. Wildcats and Admirals will be playing for the championship like they did on earlier. That pitch is cut on and missed, and Carson perhaps 1 pitch away from ending this one and giving Oak Ridge their 30th win of the year and defeating the Bobcats for the 3rd time this year. There he goes. There's the ball game. Wildcats win it by a final score of 9-4. The Wildcats are headed to the region championship ball game with a 9-4 victory over the Central Bobcats. We are live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We'll have a post-game show coming up in a bit. And I'm going to send Dylan to take down the other cameras. We'll keep one up for the, not Dave cam, for the free cam or whoever. We might, a lot of times here recently, Coach Free has liked to do his interviews out on the field, but we're not at Bobby Hopkins. For whatever reason, he likes to do them on the field at Bobby Hopkins. But the Wildcats do win it. John Ulrich, your thoughts on the win tonight? The Wildcats jumped on them with 4 runs in the first inning and really never looked back. Mikey had 1 bad inning, and other than that, he was really good.
Yeah, like you said, David, Wildcats got out to a nice big early lead and just kept adding on. That's a really important thing and a really, really big deciding factor in some of these high school ball games. Is just continue to add on, continue to keep increasing that lead, and the Bobcats put up 4, including a home run by Grossman in the 7th. But since the Wildcats kept adding on, they were able to hang on, and now they're going to be the ones in the region championship game tomorrow, David.
Why don't you run down the scoring and for both teams?
First, for the Knox Central Bobcats, Nick Reardon was 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch in the 3rd. Austin Duncan was 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Jack Good was 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Drew Shaver was 0 for 3. Kalen Chesney was 0 for 2 with a walk. Alex Grossman was 1 for 3 with a home run in the 7th. Dom Hinton was 0 for 3. Jake Owen was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Seth Laws was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Gary Rivera was 0 for 1 with a walk. And next up for the Oak Ridge Wildcats, Warren East was 0 for 4 with 2 walks. Parker Free was 1 for 5 with a single in the 6th. Mikey Teasley was 1 for 3 with 2 walks, including an intentional walk. Joe Webb was 3 for 5 with 2 singles and a home run, David. Carson Fagan was 3 for 5 with 3 singles. Jaden Cheverton took a tough offer today, although he did lay down a sac bunt in the 4th. Cam Welch was 2 for 5 with a double and a single, and that double brought in a couple runs in the 1st inning, David, as well as he had a walk in the 3rd. Noah Wood was 1 for 2 with 3 walks. And Brooks Poteet as well was 1 for 1 with 4 walks, David. So a lot of walks for the Wildcat offense tonight. Showed a good patient approach tonight at the plate.
Good win for the Wildcats. The Wildcats capped it off with a long home run by Joseph Webb. As John mentioned, we're about to have our postgame show. Appreciate our sponsors all season long. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, Oak Ridge, class of 1989. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Todd Fox and the Fox Insurance Group. East Tennessee Spine and Sport, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and all of our individual sponsors who've paid our rights fees and such. Coach Free usually sends me some players to interview, and I'm not sure exactly who they might be. John's running away. He doesn't want to do it, but we'll have somebody to come up and talk to me in a moment, along with Travis Free, head coach of the Wildcats. Oak Ridge wins it 9-4. Still waiting for our post-game show. We're waiting for whoever Coach Free sends my way. He might have sent them on home because we got to be back here early in the morning. Central's still talking with their team. They're still alive. Central's still alive. They'll play Halls tomorrow in the losers bracket game, and that game will be at 1 o'clock here at Farragut. It'll be Oak Ridge taking on Farragut at 10, and then the 1 o'clock game, the losers bracket game, that'll be Halls and Central. Still waiting. People keep walking by. And like I said, because of the fact that we got to be back here at 10 o'clock in the morning, I think they'll probably have 7:15 batting practice. I don't know that for a fact. Okay, Coach Free says he's coming. I don't know if anybody else is coming.
It'll be Coach Free, but he's sending the guys home to get some sleep.
Got it. I understand that. That'll be good. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it right here. Yeah. Thank you for doing that, Dylan. No, we were setting up the and Coach Free is look. Is he going to jump over that wall? Oh boy.
I think so, David.
Let's see. He hugs his son. No, he hugs somebody else. As we wait for Coach Free, he's over, and the bricks were moving. I was not so concerned, honestly. Let's get Coach Travis Free over here, head coach of the Wildcats. Okay, he's got some chewing gum or something in his mouth. I was impressed with that he was able to jump over the wall, but I saw the wall move. Actually, that kind of scared me a little bit. Well, I mean. Well, you're not as old as I am, but, you know.
I'm not as limber as I once was either.
Well, first off, congratulations on the win. Jumped on them early, a 4-run first inning, and, you know, after the Monday ball game, especially that last game against Farragut where you really could get the ball out of the infield. You know, actually, you hit the ball hard a little bit sometimes in that game. Got run ruled, and you got beaten in the first game. You came out and you put some runs on the board. It scared me a little bit, Coach, though, because you had runners all over the bases. I don't know how many you left on base, but you had the bases loaded, I think, in 4 or 5 of the 7 innings in this game. But you were able to pick up runs, even solo runs, but that first inning, I think, set the tone for it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and you are 100% correct, but that we did not add to it. But I will brag on the bottom of our lineup today. 4 through 9, almost every single one of them were on base multiple times and actually doing a lot of little small things to help our offense kind of add a run, an inning. We just didn't get the big hit, really. If you really think about it, like that game should have probably been about 14-3.
Yeah.
We just couldn't add the run. We couldn't add that one big hit, but we did just keep scoring a run every inning, which made a huge difference and really was the difference in the game. And Mikey, you know, had one inning that he was not real crisp, and then guess what? All of a sudden, that kind of got him upset, and here he goes. He's just going to dominate the game from that point. So, you know, at this time of the year, though, you know, like we say every time, never take winning for granted and just win another one and move on to the next game. So that's the plan.
And the next game is the region championship game against, I don't know, a familiar foe. That'd be the 6th time you'll take on Farragut. And I don't want to take away anything from this game. Like you said, I think Brooks was on base 5 times.
He was on time every single time he was on.
And so
and Noah, I think, was on every time but one, his first at bat.
Yeah, big hit by Cam Welch, and I know you've been waiting for that. And you know, it's just a good team win with rolling the 9 runs. But you got Farragut again. A bad taste in your mouth from, was it Monday? Was it Monday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. 2 losses, could have won a district championship. Can win a region championship tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Can earn a chance to host the sectional round next week as well. So it's a big game tomorrow, and we've been there before.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I tried to tell our team yesterday. If there's one thing about this team that is different than any that I've had at this point, you know, we're just kind of seasoned, right? A little bit, right? We've been in this moment a bunch. We've been there, and we also understand that it's still just one game at a time, and we also understand that our goal is just to how do we punch our ticket to the next round. So how do we do that? An opportunity early in the morning. We've got a quick turnaround, so I sent all the kids home, made them go back with their parents tonight to get back because, I mean, you got to think about it. Right now we've got currently we got 12 hours and 7 minutes before we go live first pitch tomorrow morning. So we've got a quick turnaround. We got to be able to do it, but we did that last in the district tournament, right? We played a late night with Bearden. We had to turn around and play Farragut the 10 a.m. game last Saturday. So it's the exact same format as we had last week. And how do we find a way to get one more win under our belt so that we can move on to the next round?
Do you expect Brummett to be the pitcher in the game tomorrow?
I do not. I mean, I'd be shocked if they did. If you go back and look at Farragut since Copeland's taken over, they always kind of hold on to their so-called number one, it seems like, until it's an elimination or a must-win. That's the beauty of Oak Ridge that we have, is we've got 3 number ones. So we can kind of go in any format that we feel is the best matchup, and I'm not going to spoil that tonight, but we got a plan. So we're gonna ride with that tomorrow.
Coach, I won't keep you. Just your final comments on the win tonight.
Got to win another one, right? That's what we got a whole poster in our locker room that it's just one at a time, and then keep punching that ticket to the next round. So they understand what's at stake, and they know we got to find a way tomorrow to win one more game in any combination in any way, and it'll be even sweeter if we can win that first one just so we can have it right back at Bobby Hopkins. Last year we played every game, it felt like, at home all the way down the stretch. But I think this just makes us better having to constantly be on the road. But tomorrow we'll be ready to play, and I would expect and I anticipate that it'll be the best game that we've played in a while. So I'm excited about the opportunity. But tonight, once again, found a way to put 9 runs on the board, and Mikey was able to shut the game down and get us a win. So exciting for us.
Coach, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations. The Wildcats winning 9-4. That's your final score. Let's close it out here. It's been a long day here. I know Dylan's cold and wants to go home. Appreciate Dylan Woody, our technical guy, John Ulrich. And, John, you have a final thing to say before we close it?
I just got word from Coach Ball. The home run that Joe hit, it didn't just go onto Kingston Pike. It went over Kingston Pike.
Wow. Very, very impressive. John, I'm going to close it out here. Anything else to say?
Good win for the Wildcats. And let's go Cats tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Are we on right now? Yeah. Okay, we're on right now. We're just a little bit way behind, I guess. Final score of the ball game, the Wildcats win at 9-4. Until tomorrow at 10 o'clock when the Wildcats take on the Farragut Admirals for the Region Championship. This is David Clary for John Ulrich and Dylan Woody saying...
So long, everybody.
Exactly.